I always find myself dancing along. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Transformers the Show, episode 254, your Christmas special for 2024. What will make it even more special is having two very special guests with us today. Jack Lawrence, Spider Father, thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Appreciate it. It's a very busy festive period, and we have a very busy show. But before we kick off with the news, we have a competition that Jamie's going to talk us through.
Oh, have I got to share screen? Was it? Oh, right.
You can share whatever you want, mate. It's Christmas.
Okay.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Show.
Oh no.
Keep it PG-12. PG-12.
I have to downgrade my settings on my PC.
Just
HDR.
downgrade so we can match up with us.
Yeah. And now it should be okay. Right. So yes. So basically, Transformers the Show, Blokees competition. Now, this is actually for people who are watching the show right now. So it doesn't mean live. You could watch it pre-recorded, but it's for the live people as well. It's going to run until probably 5 or 10 days after Hogmanay or New Year. It depends how long it takes me to recover, but it's going to, I'll tell you when it officially starts, but it will be, you know, get it in before Hogmanay, you know. The idea is all the information's going to be on this video, so you can't look at the description, you can't get posts and stuff like that. All the information's going to be here to make you watch it, like, because we're evil, you know. So it's on Transformers Show live, which we are now. So you are here. This is awesome.
You. Merry Christmas.
But this is the competition because we've got some wonderful artists here today, and Jack Lawrence and Creativity, and the wonderful Spider Power as well. The idea is to send you a Transformer Christmas themed toy picture to Transformers the Show, and there's the email to send it to. It's got to be Christmas themed. Now it could be a toy photo of a Transformer Christmas themed, or it could be a drawing as well, Christmas themed. It has to be a picture of some form. No poetry around, no TikTok dancing, no other devious ways. It's got to be a Transformers toy photography photo or a drawing, a picture, you know, Christmas themed. And then what we'll do is, out of that, hopefully massive selection, a lot of UK people will be entering because it's open internationally to the world. So this could be a disaster financially for me. You know? So UK people, freaking enter. You better.
Come on, US audience.
Even Wales, enter. Welsh people, I love you. And, you know, EU as well. I'm thinking the postage, which is cheaper. So it's open internationally. The first winner will get the choice, either Megatron or Lita 1. And the runner-up will get the leftover, which will still be a fantastic Blokees figure to have. So good luck, and we'll discuss this again at the end of the show. And thank you for letting me say my spiel, guys.
What a great competition. Make sure you enter, ladies and gentlemen. Get your pictures in. Let's have a good selection. Andy, would you be so good as to share the bloody news?
I would. Do we have the intro to hand, or do I need to find it?
I was trying to do chat, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
I just I don't like to step on people's toes. Oh, there we go. And that's why. Right, yeah, we'll do some news. Why not? Let's do some news. So we have had some in-hand photos of breakdown. So this is the Legacy United G2 breakdown, G2 Universe breakdown, which does have some differences other than just the color from the breakdown we already had with the Stunticon set that's already been released. So these photos come via Galaxius 84 of TFW 2005 boards, and gives a decent look at the figure. And there's some nice comparison shots between the original toy and the new version in robot mode that show off the differences with the head sculpt. So, my eagle-eyed friends, anybody spot what the differences?
Just some.
Is that the same toy head that came with the box set version?
That's an excellent question. Not having the box set version, I can't confirm. Jamie, do you have the box set version? And do you have it?
Actually, I have made a noble stand and decided not to buy the box set version because I thought, no, Hasbro, you're not catching me this time. Yeah, stayed strong.
Lee, you may well be correct.
Is it based on the G1 toy head as opposed to the animation model?
It is. Well done. So it's
the thing is, though, I learned this this week, is that the toy head which is included with Breakdown isn't actually Breakdown's toy head. It's
I had a feeling.
Whose is it, Lee?
Drag strips.
Drag strip.
We had to look that up there.
No, I found it out.
He's got his notes.
Yeah. Let me bamboozle them with knowledge.
He knew. I shall correct Andy on the news. That shall be my
it is
why
the
not?
Same, it is the same toy head as the box set version.
Yeah. Oh, it is. There you go. Then there's confirmation.
So if you want to pull it off, recolor it, and stick it on your drag strip, you'll have a very accurate drag strip.
It's certainly an option. But there he is. I do have this pre-ordered because I like the colours and I like Breakdown. So there you go.
So presumably they'll finish them off then and do Motor Master as well.
You think so, wouldn't you? And then they'll release a box set later on of the whole lot. You know, expensive.
Yeah.
After you've already bought them singularly. That is the way. And then there's this. So this is the ironically named Overcharge. So this is again from Legacy United. It's part of Wave 4 together with the Galaxy Shuttle, which we've already had before. It's just a package refresh, that one. And this is the Diaclone inspired redeco with a retooled head, apparently. And there's the in-package shot.
I mean, that arrived here last week.
Yeah, you got yours, haven't you?
Yeah, if you got it from Pulse, then you should already have yours.
There you go.
Do you recommend it, Spider Power?
Sorry?
Do you recommend it?
Yes, I do. When I got Blitzwing, I didn't get very long to play with it before it went into storage for move. So I've been actually had time to fiddle with it. And I really like it, actually. Which is good, because I got another one coming with the bloody Dramatic Capture Series box set that's coming out soon.
I should say these photos came from, again, TFW 2005, and it's Linkin Park Irony who's been taking these photos. So thank you for sharing those. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the tank mode colours to Blitzwings personally. Just looks more
Problem
like a tank.
is, being a troop, I'm going to have to troop build it. So
yeah,
it's on sale at some point, and I can buy a few more.
What's the lore behind that being a troop builder?
It's a Quintesson combat model in the lore, because I've got the G1 version, and it comes with a bunch of Quintesson faction stickers. Because at the start of the Series 3 G1 cartoon, you've got all those Blitzwings, and the theory is that actually they're supposed to be overcharges.
There you go.
Oh.
And there's the sword it comes with.
I'll have to order one now.
It comes in that sheath because it's got a very nice paint job on the sword.
Did we see that on the other photos? This sword.
No.
No. That's disappointing. Anyway, there you go. So there's Overcharge. And Lee's already got it. This is via the official Transformers Eternal Wars Twitter account, and it's a look at the Bumblebee CAD design for this new video game. It follows on from the first trailer, and here is Bumblebee. We have also seen previously Megatron and Optimus Prime, who are on the next picture. I like the fact they put in the size comparison in the bottom corner, how they scale against a human being. Which is interesting.
It's quite a massive human being, to be fair, 2 meters tall.
Yeah, but does that
2 meters,
have exceptional hair and good eyesight? I think these things are important.
It's not noted on the notes, but we'll get in touch and find out.
They should be the benchmark
there you
against
go.
a robot.
And there's Optimus and there's Megatron. I'm sure we saw some pictures of that, the CAD files at least of them previously. And then we go on to something a bit different. So the picture is to represent this. So we previously had heard about something called the Transformers Swapticon gimmick line. Products have apparently been turning up on the Walmart system. So the listings that we have are as follows. They are $7.97 each. I'm assuming these are going to be more aimed at kids, but we don't really know a lot about them at this point. So you've got the Swapticon's assortment, Meg Shockwave, which I presume is Megatron and Shockwave, but I could be wrong. Optimus Ultra Magnus. It actually says OP Ultra Magnus, but I'll assume that's Optimus. Bumblebee and Hot Rod. So they come in 2-packs at least. Grimlock and Snarl. So you're going to have to get it, Pete, because it's got Grimlock. And I might have to get it because it's got Snarl. And Shadow Panther and Ravage. And the only other information came from JT Prime 17, who is, of course, a source of many, many, do we call them leaks? Information on upcoming toys. Let's just call it that. Apparently, they're really tiny. Basically, they're 2-packs. Each figure has an individual bot mode, and they combine into one alt mode. So they're Duocons. Incredible. Well, so opposite Duocons.
Micromaster combiners come back.
Kind of. Well, it depends whether they're... Yeah, are they Micromaster? We'll have to see. You can mix and match as you please. So it does sound like the Micromaster combiners. And then there is a full description of the Ravage and Shadow Panther 2-pack, which was reported by TFW 2005, but it was very long, so I didn't bother downloading it. But if you want to see it, you can go there after the show and read it for yourself. It's a lot of writing. It really was. Then Mark Lonus, the lovely Mark from Hasbro, praise be to Mark, he continued his behind-the-scenes looks at the figures that are coming out with the Armada Red Alert that we're getting from the Age of the Primes line. This one was not described as thick at any point, but
yeah, I was just going to say that his language is much cleaner now. I wonder if you got a wee
less
bit
sexy.
going off.
Less
Yes.
sexy.
But he's never skipped chest day. What did you do at the gym? Chest every day.
Oh, the original toy was like 60% chest. This is totally accurate to it.
Excellent.
It looks good. Yeah, he's got enough legs there, and there he is. And it looks really good. Again,
it does look as though he's wearing spandex, though, doesn't it? I think he's wearing spandex. It looks like that.
All heroes do, Jamie.
I think you're projecting again. It looks good. And Mark, it's always nice to keep an eye on Mark Lonus's Instagram because he shares these kind of photos and little videos and things. And he's a good bloke. So thank you very much to Mark Lonus for sharing these. And it looks good. Has anybody else pre-ordered this? Anybody else excited for this? Or
I have now.
Yeah.
No.
No, not for you.
I'm getting nostalgic for Armada now because it has been so long since it came out.
Yes.
And Red Alert was one of the first, I think they were called Megacons or Supercons back then before we had Voyagers. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's over 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Since Armada emerged. So it's, they are. Well, that's not the way I look at it. Anything over 20 years becomes vintage then.
It's kind of vintage, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
you say that anyone who has a vintage Transformer is a chug collector. Yeah, I'm just saying.
They are mainline.
Sound effects.
Sorry, Lee, what was that?
You got to do your own woo 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 sound effects.
Yeah, it doesn't come with sound effects chips. Oh, but then again, that's more fun. Do your own.
You do that just for your toys or for other activities, Lee.
It's not your bloody business.
Thank you not to ask. Anyway, there's Red Alert. We had a kind of a part of a photo that was blurry last week. This is a better photo of the upcoming Hot Wheels CrossFit Transformers basic line Optimus Prime truck. So we know that we had the one with the trailer that lots of people were trying to get hold of and turned up in little stores for like £5 a time. But obviously scalpers got in there and bought many of them, and they're mostly gone. But this is going to be coming out, and apparently it has differences. Can't tell if that was good timing or bad. This has got a different sculpt, apparently, slightly. It's got grey smokestacks, so it's different, which means, if you're a Prime collector, you got to get it. and it's going to be released as part of the Hot Wheels basic line in 2025 in Case F. So I presume that means something to Hot Wheels collectors. They'll be able to identify it. So it's not transformable, obviously. It's just a little die-cast truck made to look like Prime. So there you go. You can get that if you want to get it, and you don't have to. I'm not going to force you or anything like that. Let's move on to the next bit. So this is a Mirage, isn't it? So this is AMK Pro and their AMK Pro Series Rise of the Beast Mirage model kit, which they had up for pre-sale, or as we call it, pre-order, this week. So this is what it looks like if anybody's looking for just a Mirage figure in robot mode.
It looks exceptional. It looks so detailed. It looks really good. It's not for me, but it does look really good.
These things, the Yellow Park things, do tend to look really good. The AMK Pro ones, particularly. It does come with some diecast, which is represented by the green part. So he's got diecast buttocks, so that's fantastic. That's what we're all asking for. Realistic rubber, aye. And also transparent components and other materials to bring more intricate details. I'm certainly not reading this off the description from YOLO Park. Pre-order is available from YOLO Park officially. You probably get it from some of the independents as well. I'm not sure. Have a look around. But there you go. Yeah. So, abdominal turbine. Fantastico.
To finish people off.
That's not his abdomen.
Ooh.
I
don't think that's what you meant.
This week on Anatomy with Lee. Upgraded weapon specifications equipped with lighting function and capturing combat moments. Fantastic. Brilliant. There you go. So there's that if you want to collect that or pre-order.
I would only say YOLO Park, please just give decent instructions on how to put the batteries in, because they always give the worst instructions and then they have to release a video on how to do it, then a new video to explain what the first video really should have said.
Multiple videos.
Yes.
Right,
send
we'll
us
move
stuff.
on.
We'll do the videos if
give it to us.
It's easier for you.
It's easier for me. The next thing we have is from Notrab again, whose photos we've shown many times. These are in-hand images of the new Transformers Bumblebee movie Wheeljack Smart Kit by Trumpeter. I always thought it was Trumpeter, but it's not. It's Trumpeter. An officially licensed, easy-to-build model kit which comes pre-painted and doesn't need any glue, pretty much like every other kit that's out there at the moment. Looks like a very faithful recreation of, well, it should say his design, so it says, in the Bumblebee movie, 9 centimeters tall. That can't be right, 9 centimeters tall.
9 inches.
Surely.
That's got to be 9 inches.
Got to be 9 inches. Whoever wrote this up needs a slap. That's terrible. 9 centimeters tall. That's nonsense.
But you know they're
9
measuring
centimeters
to the
tall.
wingtips. If a man's measured it, he's measuring it to the wingtips.
Well,
as he should. As he should.
I like the next line in the description that simply says, "He comes with a big gun." Fantastic. It's again, what we've all been asking for. And then there's some nice shots of it in some action poses, mostly flying using the flight stand there. There he is with the big gun.
He looks
Then there
exceptional,
is a good
doesn't
shot. It does look very good. I mean, undeniably,
He is cool.
good.
It is a nice. I mean, the only other representation of that design we've got is the Studio Series, which isn't anywhere as colourful.
Yeah.
No.
These
But
are the previous
no,
release figures.
Is an exceptional photographer, but he tends to make things look really bright and colourful.
Yeah.
Then you get it in hands and you go, "You lied to me," but yeah.
Yeah, I hate you when photographers do that, Jamie. It's a nightmare. Anyway, let's move on. It's a compliment. Right, where were we? Again, Notrab again, or Notrab, or whatever we call him. First in-hand images of the Transformers crossed with Star Wars collaborative Mandalorian N1 Starfighter. 7.5 inches, that's 19 centimeters. Figure converts from a Mandalorian-inspired bot to an N1 Starfighter alt mode, and features series-accurate deco and details from the Mandalorian series. We have fancy shots in both modes and showing off all the accessories. It's a Walmart exclusive in the US, and they're always great for us in the UK when we want to get hold of them. But it's Hasbro Pulse over here, isn't it? And everywhere else. So maybe it's not going to be that hard.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be hard.
No.
It won't be full price for long.
No, I can't see this one selling out. I'm still scarred by the previous Star Wars Transformers crossovers, but this probably will turn out to be good. Maybe.
How many have you got
anyway,
ordered, Jamie? How many are you getting, Jamie?
Just the one this time. Just the one.
Just the one. But it'll be a beauty.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Fisto Yeti is correct. It would be better with a Baby Yoda.
It would.
Micromaster.
I think Hasbro said that any of their the majority of their Baby Yodas would fit inside it. So if you got like a vintage Baby Yoda, it will fit because the hatch opens apparently.
Yes.
Oh.
But you'd have to buy that separately.
Oh, that's true. There it is.
That's where they get you.
That's where they get you.
The bar stewards. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it looks all right. To be fair, a bit like with the original Star Wars crossovers, the alt mode looks pretty good. That used to be the sacrifice with the old ones. And the little module up there is what opens up so we can get in and out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good as a Titan Master, though, wouldn't it? Titan Master Grogu turns into his helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be kind of cool, actually. I know you've made me want one. Damn you. Right. And that is all of the Mainline news. It's been a quiet week for Mainline. So,
Dark tidings. I
guess we have to go on to some.
Well, lately. We've been spoiled.
We have.
Don't come in here being the voice of reason.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at some
Mainline news every weekly. Should we entertain the masses and do some third party?
I was going to wait till Andy had it up so it could be seamless.
Hang on. Are you talking about the pictures? Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realise. I thought you were referring to something else. Right. There we go.
Battle
Battle this.
It's heavy metal crunchy time as Optimus Prime goes toe to toe with combat Megatron. Prime is one tough dude underneath his hood. He's a transformer missile fun phenomenon. Combat Megatron is combat armed. His mighty mega missiles are slamming. He can mad out more for use mega force, but combat Optimus is still standing.
Can you come back, Paul? Because the pair of them are misbehaving.
Who's misbehaving? No way to talk about our guests, Pete. There's no way to talk about our guests. Okay, came here in good faith. Anyway, shall we crack on? It feels like it's been almost a week since we talked about Kang Toys. So here's Kang Toys with, again, CT Longyan 03 Breakhorn, which is their masterpiece scale slag or slug, whatever you want to call them.
I just look at them and they're just so dangerous. Like I feel like if I had them in my hands and I was walking up the stairs and fell, I'd be
impaled.
Impaled by them.
Laceration written all over.
We have this discussion about this every time because it's.
Remember how much I bled with RC, which was a freaking normal transformer. That thing would kill me.
Oh dear me. Anyway, as you can see, go on.
No, I no.
They posed it like a cat.
I beg your pardon. They posed him like a cat. Sorry, yes, they have. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
like cats, then Spider Puppet.
Oh, I'd love a cat, but I'm waiting to see what my other half's allergic to before I go and buy a few.
Well, I can guarantee you'll be allergic to these. All right, you'll just break out in cuts. It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
I really like the Triceratops mode. I think that's great. It was very Zoids, but no, the robot modes.
That's huge.
That's the robot.
That's a choice. They've gone.
Yeah,
haven't they? I couldn't
just
tell
looking
you
at Pete leaning in to look closer.
I couldn't make out a number.
You couldn't
I
tell.
think
me
it's 250 millimeters. Sorry, go on.
Told.
It's but then you know the bit on the back, all the spikes. I think you'll see in one of the later photos. I'm sure they come off and can be used as like weaponry and stuff like that. I think we saw something similar with the Snarl last time.
Look more like the thing they're supposed to be than the thing you're trying to set. You failed.
You're going to be blinded, aren't you? You're going to take a fucking eye out.
Drop your head with those bad boys. Come on.
You find the being burgled. Get yourself some Kang Toys.
Anyways, well, I don't really know what to say. Kang Toy, this is what they look like. This is how they are. Very stylized, very sharp, very pointy. If you like the style, great. It looks
I mean,
dangerous to me.
You know, Arafai collected the Predacon
far.
ones, didn't he? You know, and
He did.
He said they were exceptional in terms of a build quality and transformation and stuff. I just don't know how you could live long enough to really enjoy these.
If you don't bleed out, you can really enjoy them.
I just know it's not for me.
To play with, and you enjoy vicariously. Move that.
Assuming you can't walk around with that outdoors, as it would be classed as a deadly weapon. But anyway, right. We will.
Because you wouldn't normally take your Transformers to the shops with you.
Yeah, just wander down with it in your hand. Or concealed in your coat, perhaps. The bad idea if the police stop you. Let's go on to the next thing, because it's been a long time since we've seen a third-party Constructicon set. So here is 01 Studio, which used to be Cell Studios, was it?
Does anyone remember that movie, Boxing Helena?
You know, I've never seen it.
Well, Google it. This is what it's giving me. Boxing Helena vibes.
Is that the one that was going to have that other? Was it Kim Basinger was going to be in it, and they sued her because she didn't want to be in it.
Well, you can't blame her.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Or is it true? If it's true, fine. But if we're going to get sued for saying it, then allegedly, for the love of God.
Because that's a horrific film to talk about in Christmas.
Oh, very good. Lovely. Yeah, Christmas movies.
Not that one. Don't open that present. No.
Anyway, this is whoever I said it was. This is Trevor, which is their masterpiece scale long haul. And these photos came from Weibo user Mang Motion. So obviously he forms torso.
Do you think Trevor's an exotic name for them, and that's why they chose?
Yeah.
No. So Tremor, like a tremor, okay. Not Trevor. Trevor, I would have given them credit.
Oh.
That would have been.
However, from this day forward, he will be known as Trevor.
I've got to say, my family, like in Singapore and Hong Kong and Malaysia, they all seem to have names like from the 1940s, like Morris and stuff like that, and it's just so weird. And you know, you got George and stuff like it's just crazy.
Yeah, but Spider Father, didn't you share an Optimus Prime third party earlier on this week called Dave, or earlier on today?
David.
I mean,
yeah. Well, wasn't there a Springer that was Alan?
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah. Like they're not even trying, really.
I love it.
They're not even trying.
He looks like an Alan.
Frank.
He looks like an Alan. You look at him and you go, "Yeah, oh Alan, how are you?"
You see other third-party companies put the effort in, like is it MMC Ocular Max with their groove that they called Incestus, which I just I like. I know. Yeah, that's a name that's got to it. Oh, there you go. Incertus, that's it. Incestus might be something else. That's a different thing.
Yeah, incestuous.
I mean,
you don't want to call your Transformers incestuous.
No,
we're sending the wrong message.
There's still some Incertus that goes on with that.
Yeah, there might be. Not with the Kang toys though. Oh my God.
Well, no.
That's straight to A&E for that one. Anyway,
he looks very posable for a long haul.
He does.
Yeah.
And the old
Normally
mode
they're all
is,
thigh.
You see that as though you're disappointed there, Lee?
No, I think it's great.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
I like the old mode.
It looks more posable than the Combiner Wars long haul. Yeah, bricks, that's the way.
I think no. I actually hate bricks, but I think that long haul should be a bit more clunky.
What type of bricks do you not like?
Especially with
bricks in the house.
Yeah, can't stand them. Wattle and daub all the way here. When it rains, we're in trouble. I think long haul with those athletic splitty legs. That's not long haul. He needs to have a little bit of a weight problem for me. Long haul.
Yeah.
Scrapper. That's Scrapper all over. That's those splits, not long haul.
Yeah,
Come
Scrapper's the best.
Well,
let's move on. So this is Tactic Lord, which is Craftsman Toys, their Legend Scale Computron, which has we've already had the nose cone, haven't we? Which
is exceptional.
And a few other people have as well. It's actually very good. This is their full reveal with an older prototype image for reference. So is that the full reveal? I presume it is. And that's the older prototype image where they used a couple of nose cones and a couple of afterburners. So I feel like we've already seen all this, though. Did we not see this before? This was kind of going around as like brand
Well,
new.
you're the one that's been downloading the news.
Do you have any idea how much news I've downloaded in the last 4 years, for God's sake? It all just blurs into one after a while, especially the third-party Constructicons. Anyway, let's not get into that argument. This is Fans Hobbies MB25, their first colour test shot of the aircraft mode without spray paint and imprints, as they happily announced on Twitter this week. Anybody collecting these kind of Fans Hobby Energon Transformers, these Energon bots?
I did buy the black Energon Optimus Prime repaint recently. I'm waiting for it to arrive.
That
the
looks
Grand
nice.
Scourge colours are really nice.
Yeah.
This just gives me flashbacks to Transforce, because the original toy was released when Transforce was the main UK Transformers convention, and I picked one up there, and I was so happy with it.
What was the original toy called again?
Star something.
Is it Starwing or Six Wing? Something like that? I can't remember. Somebody will tell us in the chat. Somebody will be there. RJ, if you're not working, you know these things. Tell us. Saves me having to look it up. Right, it's been a couple of minutes. We've not looked at some third-party Constructicons.
Wing Saber. It was Wing Saber.
Wing Saber. Something to do with a wing. Fantastic. Right, we'll carry on, though. Magic Square Toys, NSB 37A Shovel Master, their Legend Scale Scrapper, and NSB 38A Roller Master, which is their Mix Master. These are alternate painted versions. So I don't know if that means these have been released already and these are alternate, or this is just going to come out in an slightly alternate colours, or that they've just coloured some prototypes. But there they are. They look pretty good.
They're great.
Mistransformed Mix Master, though.
How's that, Lee?
Pushes the glasses up the nose.
Sticking out over his head, so that's folded up. They should be folded down.
That is correctly. You are right. I'm glad we all have a nerd voice. Paul pulled me up on using the nerd voice the other week. I'm glad other people do it.
I can't do it. I'm just too masculine.
Of course you are. It shouldn't Scrapper's Shovel be a bit lower down? Am I being really picky? I feel like I'm being really picky now.
Listen
it's a
to
really
you
nice
two giving them a kick in, eh? Have a word for yourself. It's Christmas.
He's right, though, because now I can't stop looking at the fact Mixmaster's new guns.
I try so hard not to be that guy on social media and just give him a thumbs up instead.
Be him, Lee.
He thought Christmas was the perfect time to be that guy.
Embrace the darkness, Lee. Embrace it. And then some photos to show off some of the posability. You know, they look very nice. See, I'm a sucker for Scrapper. I just love that.
Yeah.
Oh God, am I going to have to buy Legend scale Constructicons?
And these are definitely Legends figures, are
they? Legends?
Yeah, Legend scale, according to the information.
Really good.
Oh, yeah.
Shame. Oh, gonna buy them now.
Yeah.
Damn it. I do like the scrap. I think they both look really good. We need to stop looking at these now.
When civilization crumbles and the ashes of our civilization are just scattered to the wings, there will be piles of Constructicons.
I probably think we worshipped them as gods or something, like falling out.
Anyway, there they are. They look all right, don't they? I think the robot modes are slightly better than the alt modes, but they still look good. Anyway, let's have a look at some more third-party Constructicons. So, Dreamstar Toys, Shovel Fighter, which is their Scrapper, comparison with Fans Toys.
I don't like this.
Gary? No. Did we decide he's called Gary now? Because it sounds better than Gary.
Gary, lad.
To show how big he is. So there's a review coming soon from TM Reviews, who provided these photos. So there it is from the front and the back. A bit skinny for my liking. And
you want something you can grab, don't you, Andy?
Damn right you do. Yeah. Gotta have a bit of meat on those bones, haven't you? Yeah.
I don't like it.
Fans Toys Gary is quality, and I think it shows how good it is when it's just next to that.
If you told me that was a Cybertronian version of Scrapper, I could have gone, oh, all right then.
Mm.
I don't like it as
Lee?
Scrapper.
Lee, it's a Cybertronian version of Scrapper.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want it to be, Lee. Close your eyes, dream. Anyway, it's there. So TM Reviews will be doing a review of it if you want to know whether it's any good as a bot, whether or not you think it's any good as Scrapper, obviously.
For those who can see, Bob, you can tell straight away.
Some of us have opinions on it, even if we don't have great eyesight. Anyway, moving on. Let's go on.
What was the Scrapper next to him there? The G1. What was that one?
Fans
Harry.
Toys.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Which is an exceptional toy. That is an
I can confirm it is Fans Toys, Gary, and there are many people who have that in hand now. And I think, I don't know if Primetime Toys they certainly were selling them. I don't know if they have some left. But yeah, I've heard good things.
Luna.
What's Luna said now?
I like the green. I like it.
Oh no! What, that dark green?
Yeah.
No.
Luna.
Oh, face on his chest. He's got two little eyes and a little mouth.
Oh,
Sorry, right.
Bless him.
It's like
And a big
forcing
mouth
people to
underneath.
never be able to unsee that. Right, let's
His
move on.
mouth's
Transact
open.
Toys.
See,
I had this.
Yay!
That looks. I don't know. I'm just going to have to say the whole image together looks horrendous, and I really love Silverbolt. I love it as an individual toy, but the two chicks there are like in bikinis, aren't they? Really?
Well, these are the Transact Toys.
Hasbro was the one that designed those toys originally.
This is
Damn
true.
you, Hasbro.
But I've got this on the way. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been on pre-order for ages.
Yeah, I actually had, well, in my opinion, better photos than this, which I downloaded, and then it would not let me send them through Messenger so that I could then. It just every time I tried it, it was coming up with an error message, so I just had to take these ones instead. But these are good too. Whoever provided them, I can't say your name because it's in a language I don't speak or read in this case. This is Transact Toys BWM 12 Wingwolf. And these photos were shared on Baidu, and you can see some comparisons with the other, I presume, Transact Toys figures we've had so far. Is it better looking than the Hasbro one?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think you're wrong there, Lee, but I
when
think
I get
it's
it in
different.
hand, I'll give you a proper opinion. But
comparison photos, Lee. I demand to see them on a couch.
I need to dig out my Silverbolt because I've got that DNA upgrade kit that I need to add onto it.
I think he's got peacock syndrome, personally, guys, and it takes away from the essence of the character, which I love.
I do want his wings bald.
The Transact Toys stuff, I don't have any, but I know several people who do, and I've never really heard anybody say too many bad things about their figures. I don't know. I like
it. Asked Arrowfire about
Dinobot, was it?
No, not Dinobot. Oh, Quick Strike.
Oh, Quick Strike, was it? Was that not good? Is it not? Well,
I'm looking forward to it. I've got all the other Transart figures. They're nice standings for masterpieces that we don't get. So, yeah, look forward to it.
Every time I look at Spider-Fab on my side, you always look as though he's freezing, but the voice is impeccable, so it's like the best in Quell, Chris. I can't even say the damn word.
Okay. And on that bombshell, we'll move on. Blaster, New Age Toys, H62EX Louis, which is their Legend Scale Blaster in a toy deco, because obviously we need to have many, many, many versions of this to make the money.
Yes.
So this is the toy deco one. Yeah, I mean, we've seen this mold in different versions, I suppose.
Quite a couple.
Anybody got this?
I've got it on pre-ordered. I've had to pre-order. Actually, I'm not sure because they're doing lots of different versions, and you get different tapes with each version. So I want the anime one, and I want the comic book version one, and I've probably got the Shattered Glass one as well. And hopefully, between the three of them, I've got all the cassettes.
Cool. Are you interested at all in the next one, which is the H62H Louis, which is the Legend Scale Hate Plague Blaster?
Nah.
Oh,
Limited to only 50 pieces worldwide, and there's a reason.
Yeah, seems like a good idea.
I'm already buying 3 or 4 versions of every new age toy that comes out. I ain't gonna buy a clear one just because it's.
But look at the tapes. Look at the tapes, Lee.
Nah, not gonna get me.
Why?
Look
So they
into
only
it.
produce 50 for like a planet of like almost 7.5 billion people.
Yeah, apparently. Don't blame me. Some write a letter to the New Age Toys. I ain't doing it.
They won't sell out either.
No.
Shelf warmers.
Yeah.
Shelf warmers.
I'm going to get the comic one. I'm going to get the comic. I'm going to get the Marvel comic deco one, but it looks like a good mold. But I don't feel like you need an all red one.
No, well, no.
Attention.
I mean,
Blokees comment from Dave Nipples. He said, "Has anyone seen the Pokemon stuff yet?" From
Yes.
Blokees.
yes.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
I will be
Pokemon.
getting them for my
Pokemon.
You what?
Blokees are doing Pokemon.
Jack has left the stream. He'll be back shortly.
Jack, when I get a chance, because I haven't downloaded them, just because obviously we're Transformers predominantly, I'll see if I can find the pictures and we'll.
Shame on you, Andy. Be a popular
Wicked.
culture as
Yeah.
well.
Does this mean
No,
you
I'm
don't
not
like the
gonna- I'm
Sesame
not a
Street
Pokemon
ones
fan.
either?
I've
Don't
seen the
have
Sesame Street one.
Sesame
Right.
Street, well, they've already been shown by
Yeah.
our good friends Lee and Dave on their stream. People will have watched that, and if they haven't, they can go and watch it afterwards. What's it got, Tony?
The Pokemon stuff does look exceptionally good, though.
Well, if you're a Pokemon fan, yes, definitely. I'm not, but if you are, then yes. Anyway, we've just established we all love clear plastic toys. So here's
Oh, come on.
New Age Toys H63H Gorgo. This is the transparent blue slag. And this, you'll be shocked to hear, is limited to 50 pieces, apparently.
Well, I will say about New Age's clear toys, because I've got the clear Optimus Prime that came with that Lego Arc set. It's not the clear plastic like you get in Hasbro toys. It's more like clear nylon. So it's a lot tougher, more resilient. If you're into clear toys, those ones aren't going to break.
I feel like that was a dig there, Lee, but all right, we'll let it go.
I was being very complimentary.
It's a bloody good mold, though.
Not Hasbro.
It
Not
really
Hasbro.
is. If the plastic quality is good on this transparent stuff, it's an exceptional toy.
Bristol said,
Genuinely.
"Shattered glass hate plague."
Shattered glass 8. Very good, Bisco. You're not
Okay.
winning the competition, though. Stop it. Right, moving on. And there he is in Dino mode.
Yeah.
Lovely. There's what you get with him if you buy one of the 50 that are released. And there he is in a more artistic shot, looking blue. For reason, is there a reason? Just because the last one was Hate Plague, is there a reason for this?
I think
Anybody
they've just
know?
got a lot of
Do you
the
mean
plastic
in the
around.
Shattered Glass universe? Do you think they're all shagging each other?
I mean, I'm not really sure why you took that conclusion.
Shattered glass, not shattered arse.
And someone's like, "We must stop this love," you know.
That's where you're going to find Ass Blaster. Right, moving on. It's been a while since we saw any third-party Constructicons. Here's Dreamstar Toys with their version of Hook, which is called, according to this, is called Hook Fighter. So there's still got Hook in the name. There he is as a leg.
Warrior.
Oh, it says Hook Warrior there, yeah. Damn you, description for being wrong. Hook Warrior, as it says on the pictures. There, ooh,
He looks like fan art.
yeah, yeah, no.
I just don't like it.
That's
No,
not good.
Mr. Andy, no.
Sorry. No, no. I mean, the crane looks like a good crane. I'm not saying it looks like Hook, but it looks like a good crane. Yeah, very stylized again. We keep
I
saying
do.
that.
I do like that, and I've decided Scrapper, but for the green. I hate that. It's not Constructicon green. If it was Constructicon green, I'd be all in. I wouldn't buy them, but I'd be behind them. But
You'd be happy for them.
I'd be happy for it. See, I love that. I love how that looks.
Yeah, the robot mode I actually think looks quite good. Bit of crotch, minimal crotch thrust on that photo. Try harder. How's that for
Increasing
a weapon
it.
as well? That. You can see all blade arms, and the hook can detach to make a scythe
Oh,
if you wish.
sometimes I'm jealous of the third-party photographers because they just make everything so grand, don't they? The poses they do, they're really going for it, each one.
That reminds me of was it Cybertron Defense Red Alert, the old Cybertron toy, which had the giant missile or rocket that then opened up into a massive. That's the vibes I get from that. I don't hate the robot mode. I don't like the green.
I just don't like it. It's just something telling me, not just the color. I don't know. It's aesthetics. I like the big weapon. I like the poses.
Will not make big weapon joke. Moving on. Late breaking news. Thank you to Spiderfather for telling us about this because it had kind of just come onto Facebook. So this is Fans Hobby and the Chosen Prime holiday exclusive MB15E Turbo Punk. Master B scale Energon Rodimus. Limited to 500 pieces. Not 50, because that'd be silly, but 500. New head sculpt, clear orange blaster, bullets, and flame details on what was their Armada Prime, wasn't it? So, anybody thinking they'd want to try and pick this up? Only 500, remember?
I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of Energon homages. So, and I like the vehicle mode. You've not shown vehicle mode yet, but I do like the vehicle mode.
I'm getting to it. Lee. There's time.
That was the picture who sold me on it. Because when I saw that setup, I just thought that looks really good. That's
get it in a photo where it's not just all black behind him. And
because I really like the G1.5 repaints they did of all these molds, but they were just so hard to get hold of that if you missed one, you pretty much lost out on the set. But this is just like a random thing to stick on your hot rod shelf.
Was it clenched?
Depending on price, I might pick it up.
Yeah, I've got no details on price. There wasn't any on the information that was shared originally. I know people are in the chat who always collect this kind of stuff, and they'll be able to tell us. Yeah. It might even be up now on a website on a.
Excuse me while I check.
Yes, it might be there. So take a look.
$139.99. I bet.
Are you guessing? Are you just picking the number?
I'm guessing.
Why not?
Based on my
traditional on this show.
My fantastic transport.
$1 million. Anyway, no, too much. I'm going to go with 100 and.
But it's technically not third party morph because it's not licensed for a start. But it's a homage. So that's technically okay.
Can you two argue on your own time?
Today's pointless arguments. I think it looks quite nice. I think that's a nice surprise as well. I didn't know that was coming. I don't know if anybody else had any into this.
It does look quite cool, doesn't it? It does. But if you collected everything that was cool, you'd have no space, would you?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bisto. And that wasn't an instruction in case anybody was wondering why I said yes, Andy, clench. It was because I thought it was repainted into clench previously.
Okay.
I will clench. Cool. Just this.
I thought you were saying that you liked it, and you said I'm clenching now.
Clench.
The man doth protest too much.
And that was all of the news.
I don't know why I shared this damn comment.
Oh, you want me to pad it out? Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get those pictures of Pokemon Blokees that people apparently want to see.
Whilst you do that, shall we begin the epic journey that is our pickups for the week?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Morph, I'm in charge of the comments, and I shared your comment, even though I disagree with it, because I'm benevolent and it's Christmas.
We now return to the Transformers.
Please keep watching.
Hey, we never beg, Pete. But please do.
I never signed up for that. Who would like to go first this week?
I can go.
Okay, all right.
So this week I didn't actually receive really anything much. I did order myself a disky thing. It's rotating display stand, so I could put my figures on there and watch it go round, and then be happy.
A lazy
sing a song. Yeah.
You know how it works.
Can I just say, Jamie, if yours is like mine, you can't stand on it and it turn round. It just won't go. There's a weight limit on it. It won't. Mine won't turn round when I stand on mine.
Not with
So-
that attitude, Pete. Not with that.
Soup it up.
Yeah.
I also got some Blokees, which, you know, hand in heart, I've got to say, came from Blokees official. So that was a sort of nice surprise. So I've got to build them and take some photos. I guess the nice Christmassy thing was I should have shared, you know, but then it came Megatron and I thought, no, I don't want to share this with the guys. So, but I'm going to build this and take photos. And yes, so this is for Blokees official. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can do a recording of trying to build it. Probably not, and just stick with the photos, etc. But yes, I've got some of that. So thank you, Blokees official. And that's my pickups basically, because I didn't really get anything.
Very cool. Spider Father.
All right, then get comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do what you got in the last 24 hours rather than the last 7 days.
I've handpicked 10 or 20 figures to talk about today. First, Lawrence. Now,
that's revenge. It's revenge for the piles of Warhammer that I've got. Thanks very much for the view.
well, you'll be glad to know that that big pile of Warhammer paid for those Blokees. I managed to get hold of the Quintesson Commander from Transformers 1.
Nice.
Now, if you were lucky and Paramount sent you one of those gift boxes with all the figures in, you would have got one of these. But unfortunately, they didn't actually release it in the UK. And I was searching all over New York for it last month, but New York's crap for toys. So I've had to go eBay. But I've got it. I'm really pleased with it. It's really nice.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mainline was in bloody Boston, like, was it Chicago a couple of months ago.
This one's for Lily. I got a Black Optimus Prime.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a Japanese exclusive Nemesis Prime of the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. And to be honest, I think this mold is the only decent version of that character design we've actually got. It is the shelliest of shell formers. It is essentially just a box with Optimus Prime in it, but it's got rubber tires. There's tons of chrome, metallic paint, clear red plastic. It's gorgeous. So I don't mind the fact that it's simple. It's just lovely. I am starting a character shelf for all my Tarantulas stuff. So I'm rebuying all the Tarantulas toys mint in box. And then I'll have them displayed with all my Tarantulas knickknacks and Tarantulas art by people like Jack. So I've got Transmetal Tarantulas, which someone tried to get from me. They started bidding against me, but that was a mistake.
What happened to them?
They lost, Jamie.
No one knows.
Are they buried in your back garden?
Well, I have no idea where they are, and if they know what's good for them, they won't make themselves known.
Blokees collector.
Now, I got this, which is a custom by Matt 360verse, who I met properly at TF Nation this year, and I picked up another one of his customs. Basically, this is a Beast Wars toy that he has dyed rather than painted, so that the colour's actually in the plastic and it won't chip. And he's done such a fantastic job on the packaging as well. And the blister's actually Velcroed, so I can open it, take it out, play with it, and pull it straight back again. So that's brilliant.
He's doing this in Transformers the UK forum, isn't he, as well?
He is, yeah. I mean,
I
these
know,
were sale at the Minicon, the Reading Minicon, and this was one he had left, and he was kind enough to let me buy it off him. So very pleased with that. Let me just check I haven't got anything hiding. So last thing I've got is something I've wanted since I was a little kid. Super Psycho.
That's very
cool bots.
I mean, the box is damaged, but the bot inside is absolute mint.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I absolutely love that figure, so I'm very pleased to have had it. And that's all I'm going to talk about today because we'd be here all evening.
I don't know. It's going to take me a while to figure out how to get it big because it's solo layout, so you might be a while.
So let me just make a note. There was a lot of Beast Wars and GoBots in that, wasn't there, Lee?
There was.
Yeah.
And movie stuff as well.
Okay.
But it was nice to have you on the show. This
we'll see you again in 2026. Think about what you've done. Right on time.
I should say, if you want to see some really exceptional photos, look at Toy Box, Soapbox stuff, and all these things that she did for TF Nation.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is annoying. There's
no professional jealousy here.
Oh yes, there's lots.
And if you're watching, Liam, that's why I'm glad my football team beat yours. Anyway, go on. Sorry,
Andy Ride.
Yes.
Before we upset any other upstanding members of the community.
Liam gets it. He knows. I haven't got.
I love your stuff, Liam. I love your stuff.
It's nearly Christmas. Oh, you ask it. It's nearly Christmas. So while out doing a bit of pre-Christmas shopping, the only thing I got, which I hadn't seen them before, was a couple of the Shining Blokees. You can't really see it shining because of the lights in here, but it is. I like the fact you can just flick them. So I got Sideswipe.
Yes,
he's nice. I like Sideswipe. He's cool. He's got
like
the old display platform there. Cool. These are taking over our downstairs, which the wife can't complain about because she likes them. And the other one I got, you all know what massive fans I am of Autobots, especially the ones from '84 and everything. So I got Cliff Jumper in the other one as well.
Yeah,
so there he is. It's Cliffy J. Then he lights up too. He's a bit more blue. You can actually see that a bit better there.
Were you able to choose them?
No, because they're blind boxed again. So I was like hoping and praying for certain ones. They were like in the Wave 2 one, because one's a Wave 1 and one's a Wave 2 box, randomly both on the same shelf next to each other in my local game. And I was hoping and praying for either Grimlock or Soundwave from the Wave 2 one. And the Wave 1, I wasn't really that fussy. Maybe a Prime or Megatron or something, but Sideswipe's good. Cliffy's fine. I don't particularly like Cliff Jumper's face. That's the only thing. I might.
He doesn't like yours.
Someone who likes him. He doesn't like anyone's.
It sounds like that you'd write on a bit of paper, wrap around a brick, and chuck through his window.
Is that what you did to the person who tried to outbid you, Lee? Is this a confession?
Your face is stupid.
And you lost. I outbid you. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, while I'm here, it's not a pickup, but there was somebody, I believe, who was interested in some possible Blokees Pokemon.
Breaking news.
Wants to have a little looky. And there they are. So
brilliant.
I think these are the only ones we've seen so far. There's also the Marvel ones as well. They're like more kiddified Marvel characters.
They're very good. They're very good. They almost tempted me with those because they're Blokees, but I'm not a Marvel fan. Not interested.
I think Charmander's mouth opens.
I was just about to say the same thing. There's a little hinge. It looks like.
Go. I think we're going to have to buy these.
I love them.
Sheer joy on
Chad's face. I love them. I actually don't know who, because I probably second or third game was where I had to tap out just because of time. So I don't know who a lot of these characters are, but like the first game, I know them. I hesitate to say intimately, but you know what I mean.
I just think they look awesome. I'm going to be getting them.
And I was a bookseller when the trading card game came out, so I was selling when it was the big. It just was crazy from the minute those cards arrived. So I was part of I was part of the situation with it.
You were a pioneer.
Running down the street after the child shoplifters as they.
It sounds like one of these old people who talks about being there for the crucifixion of Christ.
I am an old people.
I'm a progenitor.
I am an old people. Breaking news. We all are.
Yeah. Anyway. That's too much drama now.
Anyway, there you go. For those who
Yeah,
are
brilliant.
Someone has a message for Jack Lawrence. His Christmas jumper is fantastic. His wife really likes it.
Thank you, Robot Cop's wife. It's my first ever Christmas jumper, and I'm rather pleased with it. It's rayon, which is not brilliant, but it's nice. I'm going to show the whole thing. Look.
Look at it.
It's lovely.
Nice.
It's lovely.
Nice. I like
So
it.
apart from the jumper, Jack, have you got any more pickups this week?
I didn't actually have much. I got some nice thermals for my LARPing experience in April because apparently it's going to be very cold. But I do have the Pokemon Advent calendar. That where's the box? Hold on. Let me show you my box. The Funko. I know everyone loves Funko Pops, same as me. So I'm just going to share. This is the Funko Pop Pokemon Advent calendar. I'm just going to share some of the joy that's come out this week. We've got, I think it's Alakazam, but it might be Kadabra. And Bulbasaur, who is my favorite Pokemon. Bit disappointed he's not in that first Blokees line, but I'm patient, if nothing else. I don't know who this is. Someone in chat might know who that is, but I think he's just the most gorgeous little thing. And this was from weeks ago, but it is Charmander. So I love a Charmander. Other than that, no, that was it. Really, it's been a very Christmassy week, getting everything sorted. You know, hoovering, a lot of hoovering, and no time to get out and buy anything.
Picking up
Christmas
the dust
hoovering.
off the carpet.
Picking up. Yeah.
We've got some other breaking news, which I forgot to mention. If you want to see these photos, look at them at StormToyPhotography account on Instagram or on Twitter, Transformers the Show. I have now got over 2,000 followers. I couldn't say it when you're over 2,002 people unsubscribed, but I'm now over 2,009 followers. So I am now super. So yes, if you want to see some photos of Blokees and other Transformer stuff, especially Chug and Mainline, no third party stuff because I don't do them because of pish. StormToyPhotography.
And you're on Bluesky as well, aren't you? Are you? You are. Aren't you?
Yes. It's Transformers the Show sort of thing. Yeah.
Any more?
I think this is cutting off the circulation to my freaking head.
Is it a child's one?
No, my head's like massive.
Like that.
My head's got its own weather system. It's like a fucking meteor. If I put this hat over me, Lan, she disappears into it.
I got one pickup this week, and it was the final New Age Comic Color Dinobot Snarl. It's kind of bittersweet, really, because I've really enjoyed collecting them, and I've been looking forward to them coming out, and I've been really enjoying them. I haven't had much chance to play with it yet. I was going to do a bit of a review, but with it being year end at work this week, it's been a little bit manic, so I haven't managed to take any pictures or anything. I'm a bit gutted, really, because now I've finished them. I mean, we move on to something else. It's not the end of the world, is it? But I've just really enjoyed collecting them, and the fact that we've now got a Marvel comic accurate Dinobot squad just fills my heart with joy.
Can I ask a question quickly?
Yes, sir.
It's just I was just seeing it there on your hand. It doesn't look that small, isn't it? Legend scale, but it looks like it's about the same size as the original. All right.
They are big Legends.
Interesting.
It is the same size as the G1 toy.
I know the shattered glass one's sold out nearly everywhere. Damn
so
it.
they've done them so that they're Legends big Dinobot lads. So they're
Legends Plus.
like they were in the show, because in the show they were massive to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
See, I could justify that. I could justify picking up something like that.
They're
because it's
exceptional.
Ridiculously
They
tiny.
really are. And as a lot of probably watchers and members of the chat, I've been victim of the purchase embargo enforced upon me. So that's it, and that has been it for a couple of weeks, and it will probably be it for a couple more weeks more. And the
Is that because you'll get those things for Christmas?
I don't know, Jack. I feel I feel like it's just a carrot to stop me spending.
Yeah,
oh, you might.
Part of the reason, it was part of the reason that, and I think it was Attack of the Clones, maybe. Part of the reason that we stopped doing Christmas presents, because my husband said, "Oh no, don't." I was going to buy. I think it was Attack of the Clones. It might have been Revenge. It was Revenge of the Fallen. So I was going to buy it, and my husband said, "Don't buy that. It's Christmas coming up." Did I get it for Christmas? No, we're not doing Christmas anymore.
It's true.
I want it, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. Right. If you're watching this, Emma, that's it. Present's done.
To be fair, you're complaining about the carrot there.
After.
But she could be using the stick, so just be happy.
Agreed.
She's
Do we
actually
need to read
assaulted him
that
with an egg. Do you know that story? Emma threw an egg at poor innocent Pete, and she came out.
Maybe she was just trying to crack it on his head.
Right.
Do we need to read that question? That has a.
It was a boiled hard egg. It wasn't a soft egg. It was
good.
It was no. It was horrendous. So very quickly, we took the kids. Maddie and Emma's nephews, there was a local park near where Emma's mum lived, and we were over there for Easter dinner, and we'd bought some eggs, and we were rolling the eggs down the hill, and we're on our way back walking back to Emma's mum's, and she had an egg in her hand, and she threw it in my direction. Now Emma couldn't hit a barn door if she was sat on it. She couldn't. And she's thrown this hard-boiled egg, and it smacked me in the back of the head, and it felt like I'd been hit by a brick. How it didn't knock me out, I'll never know.
I think you'll find she was training for months doing that. Months she was doing.
And it took her probably about 20 minutes to stop laughing before she actually apologized, because she was so shocked that it hit me. So thanks, Jamie. I'd blocked that out of my memory.
No
due to the concussion, really.
Is that why you forget her name at barbecues?
No.
Is that why you're wearing the hat? You've got a massive bump on your head.
Anyway, I feel like it's time for the next segment.
Oh, I think we've got more stories.
Laugh at my misfortune. Shall we do some foreplay?
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
So, last installment of our trilogy of foreplay this week is Power of the Primes. The last in the, what did they call it? It's Fall of Cybertron trilogy?
Prime
Wars. Yeah. An exceptional range like the two before it. But what were the favourite bots? Who would like to go first?
I'll go first. It was
Lawrence. The floor is yours.
It wasn't. I don't like being called Mr. Lawrence. Or Sir.
Mr.
Tell him, Jack. Tell him.
I'm an everyman. I'm an everyman. It was a tough decision because it is a good line, and I found out today that some people don't like it for some reason. But my favourite, after much rumination, is Lita 1, and I'll tell you why. I love this mold. When they showed Starscream in this mold, I thought it's not what you traditionally expect from Starscream because it's chunky but I like it. And then when they did her, I thought, yeah, I like a bit of beef, and that's for women as well as men. And for this is the only Elita 1 that I own. There's no need for me to get another one because I love this one so much. I want her to be, and like my female heroes, I want them to look as if they could smash someone in the face and really mean it, and she does. Look at those forearms. So yeah, I think she's just brilliant, and she combines as well. Which Elita 1, bloody brilliant.
I always thought the head sculpt was exceptional.
It is. It's really good. There's no need for me to have any other Relita one. She's so beefy and chunky, and that's what I like.
That mold. She wears that mold.
Wears that mold well. Yeah,
she does.
Actually, I think she does wear it better than Starscream. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the foil stickers. I prefer Tampos.
No,
but,
nobody is.
No,
terrible.
I repo labeled my Alita, and she looks amazing.
Does she?
Yeah. I mean, there are an awful lot of stickers to put on her. Because she's got a lot of hinges and a lot of the panels are split from the body. There's a lot of individual stickers, but once you've done it, she looks great.
I like my ladies without makeup. Just saying, I'm a new age man.
You like them to wear makeup, was that?
No, not wear makeup.
Well, right, that's we were about to have a problem there, Jamie. I was about to size up to you. No, absolutely. The things earlier on, I know that Hasbro initially did those the Transmetal RC and Black Arachnia, but I cringe when I see that. Especially the Black Arachnia looked okay, but the RC, I mean, as you say, she's wearing a bikini, and I cringe at that kind of thing. And thankfully, we seem to be kind of out of that situation. Yes, I mean, I'm not casting any aspersions here, Spider Father.
But well done, Spider Father, for keeping misogyny alive.
It's less pronounced in the render. It's the toy that does it.
Yeah.
So look at the back.
It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's all Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it didn't really do anything.
I couldn't have that in my household, Spider Father, because I'm a new age man.
And she had no comment.
It's so funny if she did just for
Go bot collector, misogyny,
and it's signed it super. So why have you done that? Who would like to go next? Jamie, would you like to go next?
My Power of the Primes chosen group team combiner is, I think, and I actually sometimes I buy doubles. Occasionally I've got a habit with these guys. I bought triple. And it's Terracons. I just thought, I just don't know about you guys, but I thought they're almost like a prophecy of what was to come, the Transformer line, and all the figures, all of them, the colors. I mean, obviously they're working from the exceptional artists and designers who originally came up with these guys in the first place. And obviously you've got the wonderful stories of the Time Wars when I was really first introduced to the Terracons in the original Marvel UK Comics issue, what was it, 1999 onwards to 207, I think. Exceptional figures, bright and colourful, wonderful transformations. The monsters, who doesn't love robotic monsters? And yeah, they're just gorgeous. And this is when Hasbro cared about quality of plastic and QC, because there's just not many faults you would see in these guys. And I've got like triple copies, so 3 times 5. What's that? No, but, Alexa, no, but
Jamie, are all your copies the Power of the Primes versions?
Yes.
Then you really need to get the Generation Select one, because that's.
I was going to say, haven't you got the Generation Select one? The box set one. The box set one, the Generation Select.
The box set which came out. No, because I made a stand again. I'm against. Yeah. No, true collectors make a stand. and I went,
it's amazing how they make a stand sometimes, but not others.
it depends on who you want it.
I'm not paying that for a transformer that transforms itself.
Roll
Anyway, please continue.
I'm a Robinson collector. But yes, Power of the Primes. I think the Terracons are an exceptional line of Transformers, and people who have came late into the game, if you ever get a chance, pick these up again. And Hasbro will be doing these guys again. They'll be silly not to. And I almost think, like the Seacons, who I think the Seacons were very heavily based on these guys, is I think they could just release them again. Obviously, yeah.
I didn't get them, and I love the Seacons. If I had the Seacons, that would have been my answer.
Sequence is the one thing I think we discussed this in the prior show where we actually felt sorry for the community, because normally I think if you don't pre-order, you miss your chance. It's your own fault sometimes. But the sequence was so limited to begin with, and you didn't have Hasbro Pulse back then. You didn't have the massive options to get it, and I think Hasbro should have released them. There should have been tons of them out there for people to get. Exceptional toys.
They were Takara though. To be fair, it wasn't actually Hasbro; it was Takara. So Hasbro should do it now because Takara are the ones who released it originally. Yeah. But why can't they? So that's the thing. Why can't they? And I just thought I didn't realize we could have that Seacons because I thought they were a select thing, and we had a right go at Pete the other week. Was it Pete had a right go because he chose a select one, and I thought I'm not putting myself in the crosshairs. You're not getting me.
Stop saying it.
Oh dear. But yeah, they would have been my choice as well. I think Jamie, they're a great choice for Terracons from that line, and I will agree with Spider-Father that I kind of wish I'd got the select Terracons because their slight differences isn't there in colours and stuff, and like
they don't use the
mode looks a bit better.
On Hunger, it's all tempoed, and you get the extra parts to make the proper big chest piece.
Yeah.
They had the upgrade
exceptional exceptional set.
I bought an upgrade kit. It was for the Terracons. I might have got the Selects box. But I was a young, new, naive collector. If I was now, I would have bought a 4th set.
4 of them. Keep 3 of them boxed, just in case.
Yeah.
Lee, what's your choice?
I will share that with you, but I just wanted to touch on the point of why people think that Power of the Primes isn't a good line. So Titans Return and Combiner Wars, they had very strong, consistent gimmick which was shared throughout every size class in the line, whereas Power of the Primes had a different gimmick for every size class. So you had the Prime Masters in that really small scale, which had the Pretender shells, and they were like headmasters with no face. Then you had the deluxe classes, which were combiner limbs, which didn't really interact with the Prime Masters unless you had this big, chunky accessory that you just sort of stuck on the front of them. It looked stupid. The Voyagers were the combiner torsos. Again, they didn't really interact with the Prime Masters at all. And then you had Predaking, who was awesome as a Titan class. I don't really have anything wrong with him. But it did feel like it was a place to put all of the figures that didn't come out in the previous 2 lines, rather than being its own. And then it was also the starting point of where we lost Legends. So anything that Hasbro released, it used to be that you would get a superior version of it from Takara later on down the line. That stopped with Power of the Primes. And then we.
Oh, that's not true because you just said we've got Gen Selects.
Well, yeah, I'm coming to that, Jamie. Give me.
Sorry, we thought we were doing foreplay, Lee. Sorry, it's fine. We've got 2 hours, mate. You crack on.
Well, you say Gen Selects. This is when Gen Selects started. Power of the Primes was when we got our first generation Selects toys. But I think, it is a good line. It's just I think it was inconsistent, which is why people had some issues with it. Anyway, I'm going to share my thing with you now.
We're on the discussion now, Lee.
Oh dear.
Okay, right. I've shared an image. If host could set it up.
I notice someone says Jack wins on the specs and beard combo tonight. He's handsome.
Oh, thank you very much, Hop Hobbies.
Of course, it is Hop Hobbies. And Hop Hobbies is very clearly a deviant.
He's never called you handsome, Andy.
Just like
He's only indoors because it's too cold to be down the reservoir.
I was just going to say, normally about this time, he's commenting about how he's off dogging. So take that however you want.
It's Christmas. Keep it clean.
Sentences you never use in everyday life. Can someone share Lee's photo?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll do it.
Punch Cat Punch.
Oh, yeah.
Great choice.
So it's a really sexy car mode. And for deluxe, they managed to squeeze 2 unique looking robot modes out of it. I mean, Punch was one of the best G1 figures anyway. And although we had a couple of attempts by Timelines, this is the best Punch toy that has officially been released. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Phenomenal toy. I almost picked it myself. I love it.
Yeah, me too. Almost picked that and
Yeah.
almost picked the Terracons, so I'm glad I went with the Lita one.
Well, that just proves what strong line Power of the Primes is, because
Absolutely.
there's so much choice.
Agreed. Great choice.
Excellent.
Great choice. Andy, would you like to go or shall I go? Would you? I tell you what, you go.
Stop to your voice.
I don't know.
You like to go?
I just sat on my right testicle.
I will go. I thought so. Yeah, go on then. I will. I've just got to do a quick.
Please don't pick what I
sharing.
picked.
Well, do you know what? I had actually picked what you picked. After much internal turmoil, I picked what you picked, and then you said you were picking a particular thing, and I went, oh, right. Well, I'm going to do my other choice from this then. So my choice is this. Do you want me to share it, Jamie?
Yes.
There we go. So this is a personal choice. I'm not necessarily going to tell you these are the most fantastic toys in the line, but these were the ones I was most excited about originally when this was all kind of being released and we were getting all the leaks like you always do. And it's Darkwing and Dreadwind, my Power Master boys from the Power Masters. But then they are basically just kind of slightly remolded aerial bots. But we don't need to talk about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Pete.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
They are heavily remolded.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we
And
don't talk about it.
is there a robot mode basically hanging out underneath? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's okay. You can let it go. It's fine. I loved the original G1 Power Masters. I had Darkwing as a kid. I missed out on getting Dreadwind. I always wanted Dreadwind. And my now wife, in the first year we were together for my birthday, she bought me the G1 Dreadwind.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, absolute top tier present. So I always knew I was going to get these no matter what. And they could have been terrible and I still would have got them. But they're not terrible. I do agree with, who was it who made the comment about the stupid Power Master? Well, it wasn't a power, but like the engine block hand thing. I think Thew nicknamed it the power of the papoose because you were supposed to put it on the chest and it looked ridiculous. But, I mean, I just love them. Again, if you look at them from above, they look fantastic, absolutely fantastic in jet modes. And they even still do the combining thing, which I don't have a photo of because it won't hold together properly and it annoys me. But I love them. I just genuinely love them. I love the characters, love the original toys, and I wanted them. And how often do we get like since G1, how many times have we had this? Never had it, have we? I don't think. Not properly. We had a Dark Wind from a Silverbolt mold in, I think, Universe or something.
They're those names that get used again and again because they're good names and they want to keep the copyright.
Yeah, yeah. And we also got a BotCon exclusive one. I think it was it BotCon, the one based off the classics Jetfire, and they recolored it and gave it a new head into Dreadwind.
Yes. Wasn't one of the Stealth Bomber sets with the little chap? Wasn't that Dreadwind and Darkwing?
They named it as Dreadwing. I can't remember if the little one they named Darkwing, but somebody in the chat who
in the comic they did. Yeah, the toy was called Smokescreen.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. But I love them. I do. I love them. I think sometimes it comes down to that. It comes down to what do you like, and I was very happy to have them. I still have them here. Look. And you can stick the little engine block on the arm like some kind of stupid shield. That's what I've done so I don't lose it. But note the completely static pose so I can fit him on a shelf. But yeah, I want posability. Then I'm going to stand it up straight so it lands on the shelf without getting in the way of other things.
Mine are all drama queens over here. All my lot. They're all going
fabulous.
For it. You can do it. They are.
We need a tour of that display shelf.
It's like literally, I've got two bots on a shelf.
it bears mentioning that Darkwing wasn't actually called Darkwing. Of course, they called him Blackwing because they couldn't call him Darkwing at the time for reasons. But it's Darkwing. And yeah, as I say, we know this. People who watch the show, the lads know nostalgia plays a big part with me with Transformers. If I feel I've got a connection to a toy, particularly from my childhood, then I will love it, even if it's crap. Usually. And I love these, and I don't think they are. I think they're decent. Are they as good as the recent Fans Hobby versions? No, probably not. But I don't have those, so we'll go with these. The Working Man's Powermaster Decepticon Jet, Dreadwind and Darkwing. And they would be my choice, because the one I was going to go for you stole. Sorry, what was that, Lee?
I'm surprised we never got a Buster and Hydra repaint out of them.
Well, you'd have thought that Takara would have done that.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, I don't like the colours for Buster and Hydra, but I would have still wanted them to complete the set.
Thank you, Lee, for saying that, because this is the thing. Like Buster and Hydra, it's like they took the colours of the good Western toys and they went, shall we just slap some random red on there that really doesn't look like it goes? Yes, because that'll make it look great. Yeah. Why, Takara? Why? Just why? But anyway, yeah. So I'd go with these boys for me. And that's me done, Pete. Which means you can now do the one that I was going to do originally and you stole.
You snooze, you lose. You didn't react quick enough.
I didn't, to be fair. I didn't.
My fingers can type faster.
You're right, it's my fault.
It's all you.
Merry Christmas to you, Bumble Jumper.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Ed. Thank you for using some of your... it should be pointed out that Ed recently moved and he hasn't actually got his Wi-Fi up and running, so he's using up his data, which he did say earlier on that he didn't have a hell of a lot left. He's using up his data to come and drop in. So thank you, Ed. Have a good Christmas, mate.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
mate.
Christmas, Ed.
It's a good job that you joined at this time, Ed, because I'm picking Power of the Primes, Predaking, Razorclaw as my pick. Is he the best bot? No. Is he a transforming lion? Yes. So, but no, look, we know we were spoiled for the line, and I think the Predacons were, how should we say, a little bit out of scale with the rest of the line. I think if they'd have been a Terracon size, they'd have probably sat much better. But I never had a G1 Predaking. So to have a Predaking, because Predaking is my favourite Decepticon combiner, and to have the opportunity to get a Predaking, it doesn't matter the scale. It's just an exceptional box set, an exceptional toy. And Razorclaw was always the standout member of the team. You know, he was a warrior. He felt like there was an opportunity in, Decepticon hierarchy, all the rest of it. And he transforms into a motherfucking lion. I mean, lions are the best animals. So, why do you need a better reason than he's a lion? But no, for me, it was, I could have picked any of the Predacons for me, because they're just an awesome team. I just wish they were in the scale was in a bit more keeping with the other combiners they did, but they're not. This is what we got. I would love a modern version of Predaking. Would love a modern version, of the alt modes. For me, Razorclaw.
See, that's why I was going to choose the Predacons as well, because I didn't have them as a kid, and that Power of the Prime set, which I picked up at TFN in, was it 2018 that came out? I think that was a big deal to kind of get the Predacons.
Well,
although Razorclaw's not my favourite.
I knew Peter was going to be picking the Predacons, or one of them at least, because he likes something big and chunky in his little hands. But yeah, so I'll let him have it.
No, that's why I had to pick that scale with my hands.
He looks better than
big man hands.
He looks better than I remember, because I wasn't mad keen on the Predacons individually. So they've been Predaking here for the whole time, really. So I haven't actually seen but he looks really good in robot mode. I think the lion
he
mode
looked taller than mine.
Yeah, just remember. Yeah. Peter has got really small hands, so everything always looks bigger in perspective. Yeah.
Blessing and the
I'm
curse.
to normal size.
An incredibly small person. Yeah.
Tiny hands.
I was thinking about those individual
mean-
Predacon bots, and they're kind of like missing link because they're effectively the G1 toys with a bit of extra articulation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true.
At least they have elbows, which is more than some of the Constructicons had when they did the Combiner Wars.
Yeah.
But your Razor Claw, I don't know if it's just your camera or what, or your tiny hands, but when you held it up, yours looked a bit taller than mine because I always thought he's how can I put this? He's got a slightly rotund upper body.
It's squat.
You know, he's not a slip. He's not athletic looking.
Yeah, I'm actually 4'11".
I knew it. It's the stilts.
So in essence, Razor Claw is the same size as me. The depth perception in my camera.
I mean, you tower over me. You tower over me. So
that's the stilts, though.
Heels, Jack.
Yeah. Platform shoes.
Yeah. I mean, they were good 8 inches tall.
What are you measuring?
Which is
Razor Claw.
That's what the ladies call it.
It's a relief.
Ladies, I like
that. Next,
ladies do look at
not lady, Emma. Notice that, not lady.
I am the original Kang toy.
Don't do that.
Yeah, cheers.
Actually,
yeah, thanks ever so much. Yeah, I haven't even got a car to sleep in at the minute. It's ridiculous. Shall we do social corner?
Right, I've
Why
got to be very fast with it.
That's enough.
That's how you avoid getting copyrighted.
Yeah,
like a speeding bullet.
all Russia has lit up like a Christmas tree. They're coming for us.
He's just about to push the red button and he stops it.
Right.
Oh well. You can't war at Christmas win, can you? Right, this week on Socials Corner, Strider Wolf enlisting the help of Devastator to put his Christmas tree together with Grapple and Hoist directing proceedings. I just like Christmas trees, just make the pictures more fun, don't they?
Yeah.
Just a great picture. Borders Dude, friend of the show, has been doing the 12 days of Magnus. I feel like whilst the pictures have been excellent, there hasn't been any witty text going along with it. Maybe, in the form of a Magnus type Christmas carol. So maybe next year.
Critical social corner.
The pictures were great. I'm just thinking 2025 Borders. Maybe we need some accompanying.
As an artist, as Pete is, I feel that really you need to. It's great. It's great, John. We've been enjoying the 12 days of Magnus.
It really is, and the first 7 have been exceptional, and I'm sure the next 4 will be as well. And if you didn't know, John likes Magnus just a little bit.
He loves Minimus Ambus.
He loves him.
Sarcasm.
No.
No. We aren't that subtle, Jack. Transformers had with Ferrac, the Legacy United Star Raider, the remold of the quite possibly one of the best modern day chug molds of Cyclonus, Kingdom Cyclonus with Ferrac. Transformers Dad's pictures are exceptional, and I personally have been following him for a while, but I think the way Ferrac pops with that background, it just really stood out for me. It was just an exceptional picture. Really good. Now, Chronicles of Cliffjumper. I've got a bone to pick with him, if I'm honest, because I've never had any want or desire for Jaxus in the slightest. It doesn't interest me. G2 passed me by. I wasn't really interested. However, this picture, he just looks like an evil bastard, doesn't he? And I just feel like I perhaps need him in the collection.
Does it have some custom paint applied? It looks like there's more detail on the face.
Had a wash.
Yeah. Looks good though.
All right, and the people are calling me judgmental.
I didn't say it was bad.
No, criticizing like some people.
No, he's had a wash, like a colour wash.
No, it needs a wash.
Not he needs a wash.
Not with the Radox.
No.
Other brands are available. Not sponsored. Isn't that all the YouTubers say?
He does exceptional photos, and they always give them such life.
Yeah, it's almost like that arch villain, you know, that we're meeting midway through the story. I love it. Great picture. Absolutely fantastic picture. Friend of the show, Plastic Crack. Are we feeling lucky? Yeah. The flame toy stuff, I don't know. But
why are you picking photos you don't like?
No. I'm saying I've never collected them. I've never collected.
It's got crotch thrust. It's fine. We'll let it slide. This is the way.
Can I have this on my Christmas list? Everything that can crotch thrust.
Anything can crotch thrust.
I was going to say that opens it up to quite a few interesting things. Oh dear.
Chris Carter, really amazing artist in the Transformer community, both in comics and part of the TFN creative team. It's just like you're probably the expert about the fact a picture can tell a story without really saying any words, and yeah, just such a fantastic.
Wasn't there a post this week connected to this where I don't know if it's that exact line, it might be in the line before or prior.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where he thought he was speaking to Optimus and he was actually speaking to himself, like in a monologue, you know, verbalizing it.
The script has been put online and people can read it. And in the script, when he says he's kind of having a go, isn't he? And in the film, it sounds like he's having a go. Yeah, why did you do that? But the script tells us he's talking to himself. He's not talking to Optimus Prime. Yeah, that was interesting as well, seeing that post. But that's, as soon as I looked at that and then I read it, just, you hear it like that little moment in the film, which isn't a little moment, but brilliant work. And of course he does a lot of work for TFN with the art and things like that, and fantastic from Chris. Nice bloke as well.
Yeah,
bloody nice bloke.
Yeah.
And that was Social Corner for this week.
Social critiques with Pete. And all hate mail should be addressed to Pete or at.
If you're watching and I've singled you out, it's because I want you to be better. All right. I'm joking.
How do we kick people again, Jamie?
No. There are some exceptionally talented people in this community, whether they're taking pictures or they're doing artwork.
There are.
And we could have a 2-hour show just showcasing what's gone on in the last 7 days. So,
yeah,
I was just always glad when we were doing it at IDW. I was just always glad that the people who were posting this absolutely incredible art had no interest in being comic artists. A lot of them, so they'd say, no, I don't want to be a comic artist. These are just for fun. I was like, thank God for that, because holy moly, I'll be out.
No, I think you should enjoy it. You don't need to share it with the world. Just enjoy it.
No,
do it for yourself.
It's very personal piece.
It's more pure that way. You'll ruin it if you go in. If you make it an industry, you'll ruin it.
Yeah, you'll take away the purity from it.
Yeah,
you won't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah, you're a true artist, John. You're a true artist. I'm a sellout. Don't be like me.
Yeah, don't be like me.
Please, God, don't be like me.
Have you thought of accounting? I don't.
Put the paintbrush down. It probably segues quite nicely into discussion, doesn't it?
We now return to the Transformers.
Jack Lawrence, thank you for joining us this evening. It's lovely to have you back on the show. No, I shouldn't, Mick. That is the last thing the nation or our watchers need. It's me singing more. Obviously, we were just talking about people sharing their fan art and stuff, and it would probably be remiss that they're sharing fan art of stuff you've created on your time with the IDW line. And we thought it would be lovely tonight if we could talk to you about how a comic is created.
Yeah.
Right. So you've had the privilege of being able to work with some great writers, but that's only half the story in a comic, right? You know, but we've got the story and we've got the wording, but we need to now be able to visualize that.
Yeah.
So it would be great if you could spend some time telling us about your process and how a comic is put together.
Well, I can go on better. I can show you. We didn't even rehearse that. That was really good. Provided I can work this newfangled contraption. So I'm going to share something. Yeah, present. Share screen. Yeah, thank you very much for that. And then I think I've got it ready to. I may not though. I did have. Hold on. Bear with. Just close that. Yeah. No. Thank you. Don't need you. I do need you.
Social corner.
Oh, I do. There it is. Right. See, I had it all prepped, and so is that.
It does happen. Sometimes you've got to close it and open it up again.
Yeah, browsers block the screen. I think I've got to close that.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Oh, you had to go over the top, didn't you?
And a Happy New Year.
Good tidings we bring
for you and your wife, Emma.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Excellent. So this is the. So I've been through a lot of stuff and today, and because it was quite a long time ago, like Lost Light was a long time ago, really. So it's few and far between what I can find. But I thought this was a really good. It's actually a double-page spread to share. This is the script and this is from Wreckers, and this came from David Marriott, was the writer. Do you want me to read this out? I can, if you want me to.
Yes, do what you think is best.
Okay, cool. So it's pages 10 and 11. Panel 1, DPS Insider. That means double page spread. Now, usually I'm against a double page spread because I think it's a waste of real estate because we only got 20 pages. But actually, this one I thought, yeah, no, this is where it's a good place to use it. So let's do one big spread at the top and then a few panels at the bottom, really focusing on the action with a question mark for some reason. Don't know why. Fuck your ideas up, David. Basically, it's chaos on the track. Thunderclash is at the left-hand side, charging into action. In front of him, the majority of the racers are half racing, half running a defensive pattern as they scramble around each other, and Thunderblast, who's still getting up. From the right, Skullgrin and Octopunch have emerged and are taking swings at the racers who are attempting to get past them. Meanwhile, in the air, Slugslinger's trying to get Aileron off his tail, and somewhere in the chaos, between 2 or 3 camera drones, not sure why he wrote that. There's camera drones still managing to fly around. So panel 1, the only person who speaks is Burnout, and she says, "See you at the finish line." Panel 2, first of our bottom panels, Octopunch takes a swipe with his blade at Clampdown, who might not swerve out of the way in time. Octopunch says, "Die." Panel 3, only for Thunderclash to make it there to catch Octopunch's arm mid-swing. Thunderclash says, "Not on my watch." Panel 4, now that a lot of the racers have gotten past the baddies, there's less cover/confusion. So Thunderblast squares Thunderclash in her sights. Hee hee, vengeance is mine, she says. Panel 5, POV of someone watching Thunderblast target Thunderclash who is approaching at high speed. So that I would have written differently, but I did manage to get the gist of it. It's the person who's approaching at speed is who we're seeing the POV of, not that Thunderclash is approaching at speed. So if we can see Thunderclash on Octopunch, Thunderclash is getting the upper hand. There's some SFX there. Panel 6, Leadfoot pops up, shifting modes as he does into an uppercut, right into Thunderblast's chin. Leadfoot says, "Leave my friend alone." And then in panel 7, Thunderclash has gotten the upper hand and manages to throw Octopunch. He's excited to see Leadfoot, and he says, "Leadfoot." So there's a lot, obviously, going on here. So a double page spread is fair enough. So this, along with the rest of the issue, would then be thumbnailed, and I would do that at a tiny size. I think it's probably I have a sheet that has 9 pages on it, and I think each sheet is probably about 9 centimeters high, so it's really small. But I do that digitally, so the size doesn't really make a huge difference, but that's what we're going to go to next. So that is what the thumbnail looks like. So can you see my cursor?
Yes, sir.
You can't.
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
So here's Thunderclash rushing in. Burnout is the only person who speaks on this panel. So I wanted you to be able to see all of this action before. So this is Burnout here. I want you to see all of this without interruption from the speech, which will be there. And it even falls after Aileron and Slugslinger. So you're seeing all of this action, which will hopefully give the impression of this manic, bustling scene. And then she interrupts right at the last possible second, panel-wise. And then we come into these. Sorry, go on.
Are you able to zoom in more? Just like
yeah, I can. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. No, down. I'll tell you down a bit.
There?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So there was a lot of stuff in the script where, like, specifically we have Thundercrash, specifically we have Burnout, Aileron, Slugslinger. That will be Octopunch, I believe, and I think this is Skullgrin. And I think that mess there is going to be Thunderblast. And then all of this here is kind of that falls in the remit in the script of a lot of crazy stuff is happening. I think I had decided early on that although he says there's a lot of characters who are driving and a lot of characters running, I think I kind of thought, well, there's not enough space to be clear with that. So we will have someone running, and I've got a feeling it's clamped down transforming. So that covers that base. There is someone running, and then the rest will be the cars. But it can't be, a lot of the time it can't be what the writer has got in their mind, because what they've got in their mind is not going to work with the space you have on the page and accommodate speech bubbles. There's only one speech bubble in this panel, but that's something that the artist has to kind of not fight against, but has to work with. You will have to decide on what is best to put in to allow for, graphic storytelling and to have the speech bubble there, and crucially, I think, to not have the speech bubble cover up something important, which happens a lot in comics, and it drives me mad every time I see it, because there's really no good reason for it. So yeah, coming down from that main splash panel, this was kind of roughed in with the idea that I was probably going to have to rework as I went, because there's a lot of information there. I know full well that this uppercut that Leadfoot is delivering, that changed because there's no space for a speech bubble, and he speaks, so he has to transform, he has to punch her, and he has to speak. So I know the uppercut changed. But yeah, so that's what a thumbnail looks like, and I think to someone who didn't draw it, it's going to be largely unintelligible, but I know exactly what everything means. And then from that, so that's really tiny digital, as I say, and then I will open that in Photoshop or equivalent, and make it the size, the dimensions that I need to draw it at, and then I will print it out in blue line, and then I will pencil over the top of that, and the end result of that is, any questions so far?
No, I remember you talking about before that sometimes when you have like this thumbnail, you'll do different versions of the thumbnail to maybe give feedback.
No, that's covers. That's covers. When it comes to
covers.
interiors, they get no say. Well, because they've given me their say with the script, and then there's no time for with covers. Yeah, I'll provide 3 or 4 kind of thumbnails for them to choose from. But when it comes to the interiors, you don't have time. Usually you don't really have time to do the interiors. So you're working a lot of the time. You're working evenings, you're working weekends just to hit that deadline. So no, they get no choice. And then I send it off and just hope, fingers crossed that it's going to be okay. And so far, touch wood, it has been. So yeah, what they see is what they get with the interiors. So there's a lot of trust involved. So print it out in Blueline, and that will be on A3 size paper. So this is going to be 2 A3 sheets, kind of sellotaped together at the back and put onto the board and drawn all in one.
Someone asked a question. What do you mean specifically by blue line? I take that means just the blue ink.
No, it's so I'm printing it out, and I take it into a graphics package, and then I will you colorize the line. Just click a button, colorize the line. I've got a preset so the lines come out only using cyan ink. So then I print that out so that it comes out, and the printers only use the cyan ink. So that means that when I scan it in, the scanner won't pick up that cyan. So it'll only pick up. It works better. It works well enough with pencils, but it works better with inks. So with pencils, because you're scanning in at grayscale, and it will see some of that blue line, but then you just take the brightness down a bit. It'll contrast up, brightness down a little bit, and it will take the evidence of that blue line away. But then and then I'll print those pencils, those finished pencils, if they're approved. I print those out with blue line as well. So then when I scan that in, when I've inked that and I scan it in, I'm scanning in as a black and white document. So the scanner will only find black and white, and anything else, just the blue line, it just doesn't see. So that's how you get the crisp, the crisp inked line. So from this, print it out in blue line, and then it will go to that. So quite different, obviously.
Wow.
So this is that's decided that's Clampdown, because Clampdown was mentioned in this panel. So I thought, well, let's keep the continuity there. So we see him. He's the one who's running transforms, and it said about Skullgrin swiping at someone, and I thought, well, that's with this much going on, that's kind of difficult to communicate. So we'll just have him smash someone. You can see, let's not muck about with it. He's just smashing. That person's dead. So yeah. So and then that gives you've got space here for Burnout to say what she needs to say, and you get the expanse of where they're driving, because I thought that was important to show. This isn't a small space that they're in. They've got all that way to go. They've got to get past these 2 idiots, and they've got all that way to go. There is, because Clampdown was part of the Speedia, the Velocitron line, wasn't he? We knew that at this time, but that hadn't been publicly revealed. So that was why he was in the script. That back there, you can't really tell, but that is Hauler. So and Burnout obviously was in that line as well. So we were really kind of putting in characters that a Knockout appears in this series as well, and he was in that, not in the Velocitron line, but he was in that years, the year that this came out. He was in that line. So then Clampdown is racing towards Octopunch. A little surprise there. He's like, oh shit, what's happening here? And then Thunderclash jumps in, grabs Octopunch here, switch to her doing her aiming, and then this was the thing. This was the POV of we find out it's Leadfoot, and this was what I was saying about earlier on. So the uppercut. So we've got the transformation. The uppercut would have gone into this space here.
Yeah,
which would mean that the speech bubble here would the tail would cross over his arm, which is this arm, the punching arm, which is the action arm. So you don't really want to cover that up with anything, because that needs to be, that's the storytelling element in this panel. So don't cover that up with anything apart from the person he's hitting. So yeah, so I thought, well, let's bring that punch down. It's still the same result. She's still, she's smashed in the face, and it gives this space up here. And then this one, I think with both of these actually, because there's so much happening and there's such tiny panels, I think I drew them at double size, shrunk them down, and popped them in, because yeah, there's a lot going on. And I think I seem to remember that I struggled a bit with this panel because he's throwing Octopunch and speaking. I thought, but I've only got this much space. Where's he? And then it just occurred to me, well, we can interrupt the throwing space with this. He's only saying Leadfoot. It's not a monologue, so just pop that in there. I think, as far as I'm aware, it must be. So yeah, so that's the pencils. That then goes off to the editor, who in this case was Riley Farmer at IDW, who is still at IDW. David's moved on to Boom. He was the writer, but Riley was the editor. So it went off to her, and it does go off to Hasbro at pencil stage, but they were always just brilliant. In all the 30 issues I did of Transformers, I had one change, and it was when Megatron comes back from the Functionist universe in Lost Light, and it's the splash of him on the bridge of the last light, sorry. And they said his nose is a little bit witchy, bit points down, and I opened it up, and they were right. So I just had to have a 2-second job to just kind of cut it off at the bottom there. That was the only note I ever got from Hasbro in those 30 issues. They were just brilliant to work with. So this went off, and I was fairly confident that it was going to be okay, and it was. So then from that, then you print out again in the blue line, again at the full A3 size, and that then is inked, which is not, my pencils are pretty tight, so there's not a great deal of difference. It obviously there's not the sketchy lines describing everything. It's less free because I tighten everything up with the inked line. So yeah, so that's. There's not I've said what I've said about the pencils. I like to have all the info. Some artists will work with much looser pencils, and doing tighter pencils does take a lot longer. But I like to I don't like to leave anything to chance. I like it all to be described at pencil stage, and then it's just embellishing. Really,
can I just say your pencil work is exceptional, and so is your ink work as well.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. I mean, I'm a perfectionist. I had a teacher at school call me a perfectionist, and then I met him years and years later as an adult, and we were around my art teacher's house. I'm still friendly with my art teacher. We were around his house, and this teacher who'd called me a perfectionist was there, and I said to him, you called me a perfectionist when I was a kid, because I was drawing something, and he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Why you? No, it's a good thing. That's because I'm doing this now, and I have to be a perfectionist for this." So yeah, I am a perfectionist. So yeah, that's the inks, and then that's me done. Really, that's I've got more to show, but that's my part of it done, and then I'll go on to the next page, and print out those thumbnails again, go to the pencil. Well, I will have done the pencils probably, and I'll be going on to the next inks. I kind of stagger it that way. So then it goes off to the colorist, and in this instance it was Brittany Peer, and it comes back looking like that, which is pretty glorious. I think the color choices there are, I can't speak to them because I didn't do them, but I think they're glorious.
It's just magical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watching seeing it from the pencils to the inks to the color, from a script.
Yeah. It's to me when I look at that, and I'm experienced now, but it used to be that when I would send this stuff off, I was like, oh god, this is just a big, especially a page like this is a big chaotic mess, and I don't know how this is going to work. And then it comes back like that. Oh no, it's not.
It does work.
Yeah. So again, there's trust in it. There are some things that I would have done. I'd have color held that, but I've learned color hold means when you take the black line and you make it a color instead. So I would have made that black line white instead of black. But I've learned that that's kind of on me. I think I have to provide a color held file, which is what I've done with Star Trek. I've just finished on 4 issues of Lower Decks, and I've done all the color holds for that, and it's arduous and it takes ages, but the end result is worth it. So there are things that I would have done differently in colors, but again, it's all it's all done in such a massive rush that, quite frankly, if there's something that I want, then I should do it myself and provide it for the colorist. That's the lesson I've learned. So I do actually see with some projects. I did with this one. They'll send like a color proof for me to look through and just kind of pick out if there are any problems. And actually with this one, it was valuable that they did that, because I know there were some. I think actually this is the pre-adjusted, because I think that's lickety split and that's not the right colors for her. So there were some changes that happened to the colors, which I then didn't see. I don't see the revisions. But so then it goes off to the letterer. Why is that? Oh, that's because that's the letters. I don't actually know who did the letters on this. I should, but I don't. So yeah, you can see that. I mean, it's not a speech heavy double page spread. Thankfully, some writers would make it speech heavy, and that's the wrong thing to do, because this kind of situation should be led by the action, and thankfully David let that happen.
Sorry, so you received the script from someone like David, and you've gone through the pencils and the ink and stuff. How much free rein do you get to interpret what you think the writer's trying to convey?
I think it depends on the writer, and with something like this, I don't really want a great deal of freedom, because it's a big task to take on, and I would rather that, actually, with all of the Transformers stuff, because they're complicated to draw. This is a cavey environment or a rocky environment, which is rare. Usually it was Cybertron or the interior of the Lost Light or whatever. So the backgrounds are complicated to draw. They're complicated to draw. So with Lost Light, James was very particular about what he wanted, and I know some artists kind of struggled with that a bit because they wanted their freedom. I didn't. I was like, thank you, because I don't have to think about. I can just do what you want me to do. And then there's more so with Lost Light. I think I could have stuff happening in the background that wasn't called for in the script, but it would add layers and texture to the thing. So I love body language and mannerisms, and in Lost Light, for example, I would have Ratchet have his fingers in essentially his belt, like in his groin plates, but it was like he had his fingers, his thumbs in his belt, like a cowboy would, and that was never asked for in the script, but I decided that was his kind of body language, one of his mannerisms, and people picked up on it. And one person had picked up on it and put onto Twitter, Ratchet, this is really cute. Ratchet's got his thumbs. I wonder if he does that anywhere else. And then they went back through and they were like, oh my God, he does it every opportunity he gets. That I get so much pleasure from. And when people don't always see the stuff that I put back there, but when they do, that's incredibly satisfying. And really, especially with Transformers, that's the only freedom I need. And I think that I don't like working to scripts that are like, the idea of working to a script that has, for example, no panel delineations. So if it's just a wall of text and this happens, that happens, you decide where you put it. I mean, like, no, but I'm doing half your job then, because that's you. You tell me where to put it. That's just my take on it. And I know some artists differ, but yeah, there's enough freedom for me. Yeah, and then that's it. That will come back as a proof, and I then go, like, I've seen the color proof, so I don't need to look at the art anymore. And then I go through fine tooth comb on the lettering, and I think on every issue because I'm hot on spelling. I've caught spelling mistakes or grammar mistakes. So then go back with those, and then that's
So
it.
when you do your proofreading, are you doing international English? Are you focused in British English or American or Canadian English, which does both?
It would be American because it's based on what the script, and the primary audience is America, and it's more spelling really, and I can't remember ever catching a spelling mistake that was a word that was spelled differently in America or Britain. But if it was incorrectly spelled for either of those, then I'd go to the American. I would say, yeah, that's because it's not a British comic, it's an American comic.
And you talked about being under a lot of pressure and working really fast. So what's the sort of time frame for this?
For Wreckers, I think it was good. I think it was a 6-week deadline because I don't remember it being too stressed with Wreckers. In fact, I remember it being a very, very pleasant experience. So it must have been 6 weeks. It's still, you're still working all the hours you can, and it was evenings and weekends. But I mean, I just kind of expect that. But it wasn't. I wasn't ever under pressure or stress with it. So yeah, six weeks. 6 weeks is the ideal, and it doesn't always work out that way. And for some things, like what was quick at Sonic's actually relatively quick. So I could, 5 weeks. I wouldn't want to take it down to anything less than 5, because then you don't have any time, because that works at 20 pages, so that's literally a page a day. But that doesn't take into account thumbnails and approvals and if I need to build backgrounds. So I build my backgrounds, not this background because this is very organic, but if it's a structural background, then I will build that in the 3D program, so I can drop it in and then have the characters as if they're on a stage. But that's not time that IDW even should allow for, because that's my decision to do that. But it does make things, it makes things more it's time consuming, so it makes things more stressful if that's not done. So that's it, and then that goes off and comes back for print. And I think that's the end of my presentation. Is this going to close everything? Oh, thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm still here.
If I look distracted, it's because I was looking at the finished page on my phone, because I've got.
So yeah, so that's the process every day, every week, every month.
And you're working on? Are you working on paper rather than stylus?
Yes, yeah. So the thumbnails are done on my iPad because it's quick and easy, and then everything is paper from then on. So I have absolutely piles of original art, and it's annoying. And I am going to get an original art shop up and running because I want this stuff gone. Thank you very much. But yeah, I hate work. There was a project that I did, 3 years ago or something. And it was based on a video game. And I was up against it with that. And I thought, I penciled it. And for one of the issues, I thought, right, well, I'll ink this digitally. I hated it so much. I just hated it. It's not. I want the paper and the pen in my hand. So yeah.
I think this is an awesome comment from Matt Davis there. Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's right.
I apologize. This is gold. Thank you for not swearing in this bit, which you probably aimed at me.
More us.
I'm 100% rewatching with the 10-year-old.
Yeah.
10-year-old when this goes up.
Amazing. Amazing. Matt Davis. Now that Sharkticon costume, is that Matt Davis in the Sharkticon?
Yes, that's it.
Wicked.
That was
the Sharkticon at TFN cosplay competition.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
That's the lad.
He was
Huffer as well. Yeah.
He was. Oh, that was the Huffer one. Brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant.
Matt Davis doesn't age either. I swear, each year I see him, he just seems to get younger, and I'm like,
it's weird putting that, because I know the name Matt Davis because he'll like or comment or something. I know his name, but you don't put it together. Oh, for God's sake! This is one of my best friends. Just ignore him. Just ignore him. He goes away. If you don't pay him attention, he goes away. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, let's do it. But yes, we're so weird. Like, putting together people. These people have much more of an impact in your life.
He's like a human Blokees. That's what he is.
Jack, thank you so much for taking us through that.
You're very welcome.
Great.
You're very welcome.
No, it's so, we just go, oh well, the writers write it down and then the artists draw it and then it turns out into a comic and that's it, and then we read it and then we go around again.
See, I mean, I haven't cleared it with IDW, any of that, so who knows? I may be in trouble.
I'm going to give myself a high five. Yeah, because see when it went from the rough sketch to the pencil work, I nearly went I nearly swore there, and I went. I just went, wow, this is amazing.
See, when I was saying be better, all right, you've taken it on board. I'm already giving back to the community.
It is nearly time for New Year's resolutions, Jamie. You've got time to make a promise you're never going to keep.
It's a good idea.
He won't get to the middle of January. I'm telling you now.
He won't get to the middle of January first.
That was really good because it was like being in a panel at one of the cons. That was really great, Jack. Thank you for doing that. That was
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I love doing that sort of thing. I like.
It would have been so much better if my head wasn't dying.
Just take the hat off.
I know it can seem like really opaque and like some weird magic happens, but I do like to kind of demystify it a bit, and I recognise that it's that very few people can actually do it. I mean, that's about the only thing I can do. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy kind of saying this is what the job is all about.
You could always become a Christmas jumper model, couldn't you?
Got that to fall back on. It's always good to have options.
I speak for the boys and I speak for the people in the chat and the people that are probably watching this back. It's a skill, it's a gift, and it's a talent, and it is exceptional that you're able to come on and share it with us and how it comes into fruition.
It's my pleasure.
I can look at comics a different way now, knowing the
process
behind it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. I think when it's humanized, it got humanized for me. I don't really know why it did, but at 13, it was an issue 252 of Daredevil, which was what made me want to be need to be a comic artist. And for some reason, it was just reading that comic, but it clicked that although I knew it was people behind it, that was where it clicked that the storytelling in that issue was so phenomenal. And I'd never seen anything like it. And as a 13-year-old, it just clicked that he's done this. John Romita Jr. has done this, and I have to do it as well. I want to tell stories. I've always wanted to tell stories, and I have to do it in this way. So yeah, anytime it can be humanized, and I think it's good for aspiring creators as well. That it's not magic, it's not arcane. It's hard work.
And I think the exceptional thing is, you look at the chat, everyone who's really focused and watching, they would genuinely thought out questions coming through, So that's amazing.
Lovely.
I mean, they tolerate us.
They've usually gone by now, to be fair.
Yeah.
When we're talking, they're usually talking about what they had for dinner or what's.
Well, I'm hoping that if I'm at TFN in August, I'm hoping for kind of a much more interactive panel with the audience, less of us standing up there and talking, and more what do you want to know, because that's what it started last year, this year rather, with James and I had a kind of it was the Lost Plots panel where we were talking about the stuff that had been cut from Lost Light before it went to script stage, a lot of it, and we were just nattering on and on about the thing, and then it's like, are there any questions? We've got 5 minutes till the end. Are there any questions? And this sea of hands went up, and you don't usually see that on a panel. So 5 minutes to go, we got one question. I was absolutely gutted because I want to answer every single one of these. So I'm hoping that we can do something that will create that energy earlier on in the situation, so we can get people's questions answered. So if I'm at TFN and you're at TFN, come to that panel and ask me anything.
You may have answered this, and I do apologise. Simon Goodall is asked, very fascinating, lovely stuff. Does Jack have a set way of working it in a day?
Yeah, hit the ground running and don't stop until you collapse. Yeah, you did. It is as simple as that. I mean, we've got a dog now, so it's up at 6, take the dog out for a walk when she's ready, which isn't always at 6, but it's just breakfast, crack on, lunch, crack on. Yeah, it's just and you have it's. I work out how long I've got, how many pages I need to do, and divide by the pages by the time, and then I need to hit like 1.7 pages, let's say. That has to be done every single day. Inevitably that starts to slip, so then it's okay, 2 pages a day. You just hammer it until it's done.
Awesome. I think B.A.V.S. of Man sums it up well. Legends, Merry Christmas all.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you so much.
Rather than that Dave Nichols fella.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
We're gonna have words next time, son. We are gonna have words. Cheeky so and so. I mean, he's not wrong, but still cheeky. He said he just wants to listen to you every week and get rid of us.
Yeah.
Oh, that would get old very quick.
Oh, Dave, we're gonna have words.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, son.
Dave, you're going to be buried in Spider Father's back garden next to eBay auctioneers.
There, I'm getting there now.
Us being so bad makes Shaq look good. Bear that in mind, Dave.
That's it. It's all just by comparison.
We fall so he could run.
Yeah.
We fall. Oh God.
2:15. Shall we?
Have we got time for a very
we
quick
We could do it fast, couldn't we?
favorite Christmas moment or something involving Transformers? Does it have to involve Transformers?
We could do stuff fast. We could
right. Go on then. Who wants to go first with a favorite Christmas?
I've got a bunch of stuff ready to go, and it's not going to take long. Favorite Christmas movie is Gremlins. Bit obvious, but there it is. My favorite Christmas present was 1981 AT-AT. This isn't the 81 version. This is the 2007. My 81 version got broken. 2007, my husband and I just got together. Got me this. Bloody brilliant. Oh. And my favorite Christmas song, no one will have heard of, Home for the Holidays. Perry Como.
Okay, I'll try to be just as fast. It's not my taste in fur coats. But one of my favourite Christmas songs is Winter's Tale by David Essex. Exceptional song, exceptional handsome looking man. It's someone I can look up to, and it's nice to see myself in the big screen. And he was singing that song. So yes, it's someone I identify with. Exceptional.
I demand you wear that coat on the next show.
My favourite film is A Wonderful Life. Wonderful film. I watch it nearly every year, especially in Christmas. It's got a wonderful message, and every time I watch it, there's always something new I take from it. So please do watch it. I always like the sort of Christmas Dinobots fighting in the snow. That's my pure sort of homage at that. Really like that. And then my favourite one is the sort of Jetfire homage where he's talking about the gift. It's that story where where he's feeling a bit down and stuff, not fitting in with the other sort of Cybertronian Transformers, and he's the first of a generation of Terran Transformers. Earth is his home planet. Don't worry about that. Be proud of that. And I always loved that story, and the sort of Merry Christmas message, which Marvel UK Comics done many of when it came to sort of Transformers. And another thing which was shown last week was my Blokees image of Megatron showing the festive spirit by getting a little bit carried away at Christmas parties, like you all do.
What, ripping someone in half?
Yeah. The age of times has ended, and then Hasbro released a new line called The Age of Rhymes, which is just fantastic. But yes, that was my Christmas choices.
Lee,
I've
you're
got a
next.
picture, if someone could share it, please.
Yes.
That is me at 8 years old,
Yeah.
1988, with my Transformers pajamas, transforming Power Master Optimus Prime for the very first time. And I can tell because I've not even applied the labels yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Double Dealer's box in the background.
Yeah, Double Dealer, Hot Spot as well.
Absolute legend.
Favorite Christmas movie? Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Did you know there's a director's cut if you go on Disney Plus into the extras? I only found that out this week. It's like, what? I now have to watch that film again.
Last year, it was all over the news.
Oh, well, I missed it somehow. I was probably in a coma. Who knows? Not drink related before anybody.
What's your favourite song, though, Lee? What's your favourite song?
No one's going to like me for this, but it's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Oh,
you're right.
I don't like anything after 1958. I looked into it the other day. I looked at the last one, and Santa Baby's the last one I like. You can't find anything after 1958 that I like. See, I'm old.
David Essex is crying right now.
Again, we all are. It's not exclusive, trust me, Joe.
It's only a winter's tale.
Andy Ride.
Remind me of the categories again. I haven't got anything prepared for
Favorite film.
Favorite Christmas film. I'm going to say Die Hard just to piss off the Moth, because I was watching Moth refuses to accept. He refuses to accept that the Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and then on the advert for Channel 4's Christmas films, there's Die Hard. So suck it, Moth. What else? Song. Just this is. I don't think I've ever said this, have you? It's I'm going to go with Michael Bublé. I know that sounds really weird because I do not listen to Michael Bublé at all. But at Christmas, I like a bit of the Bublé. The chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Oh yeah.
That's like on Christmas morning. We always have Christmas music on while everybody else.
Have you ever
is doing
done
the
that
work.
with chestnuts and open fire? Because they're fucking crack.
No, because I feel like they'd explode and kill me. I'd be killed by chestnut shrapnel to the face.
Wish someone had told me that.
I mean, for me, you can't beat Nat King Cole with that. But
I'll give you Nat King Cole, the original, but you gotta love the Bublé, shiny Bublés. And then what was the other one? Oh, Christmas. Well, I'd go Christmas Memory. I don't have my mum has the photo, and I never got around to kind of getting it from my mum, but there's a photo of me. I've told this story before. Christmas morning, must have been 87. Well, yeah, it would have been 87 because that was when the Headmasters came out. And it's a lovely family photo of all five of us together with like all of us kids holding our favourite Christmas gift. And I'm there looking miserable, tear-stained face because when I first got my G1 Scorponok out of its box and had it on the floor trying to transform it into base mode, my dad walked past and stood on the tail and snapped the tail off with his big hoofing feet. And I bring this story up every Christmas because it's traditional, because he told me off for crying and being upset. And my lovely Uncle Jimmy, bless him, who's not with us anymore and hasn't been for many years, but he actually always, every year, him and my Auntie Pat used to come up for Christmas dinner at ours, and they only lived down the street, and he went home, he came up that Christmas Day and saw obviously I was upset and why. I went straight down to his house, and we didn't have super glue, and he had some in his house, and he came and he fixed it. And I still have that toy. It's where is he? Oh, he's next door actually. But if you look at the tail, you can see where it was fixed, but it's fixed perfectly. So it's perfectly in place, but you can see where like the scar is. The mental and emotional scars run much deeper, Jack. I'll tell you that.
No, I believe it.
But I bring it up every year because every year I do it, my dad goes off. The story again. Even the wife brings it up sometimes because she thinks it's funny. But yeah, I wish I had that photo because it would really get across the emotional distress that I was clearly going through this day. But yeah, I'll go with them. And as a left field one, just to chuck it in there, like favorite Christmas song. This one's certainly not cool. But do you remember Proper Crimbo?
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah,
job.
I
I
remember
don't know
that.
why. There's just something about it when I listen to it. Proper Crimbo. Selector. I don't know why. I just always loved it. It just anyway. I'm going to throw that one in there for a bit of fun. That's it. That's me. I think.
Is this what you imagined, Jamie, when you wanted to do a Christmas special? That
I'm
Andy
just,
would
I'm
pick
just shocked.
Bo Crimbo?
I just shocked that no one's picked Silent Night at least once in German, maybe the German version.
If you work in schools, I'm sorry, but you get to the point where, as nice as they are, if you hear another carol or like anything like that, you just like.
I said in German, it's nothing like a Silent Night.
Go on, sing it in German for us then. Sing it in German for us, Jim.
But they don't, they don't even sound angry this time. They sound angelic.
So,
go on, Pete.
Because I'm the host, I've got two favourite Christmas films because I can't pick between them. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Nice.
My mum's favourite film. I've watched it from a kid. I watch it every year. I laugh in the same bits. I cry with laughter when the cat chews through the Christmas lights. Every year. And Love Actually, because I'm a soft, I'm a soft, gentle man, deep down, and Love Actually is really small hands. Favorite song? It was always, it was always going to be Band Aid, because I feel like that is Christmas in a nutshell. If you grew up in the 80s, however, you can't have Christmas without Bublé. So Cold December Night is a close second.
See, told you.
The man, he's the new Mariah Carey. And I think favorite Christmas memory was, again, like Andy, G1 Scorponok. My dad had broke his ankle. I was a 5-year-old. I steamed straight into the box. I ripped the box open. My dad almost had a crystal ball that he knew would be worth something in so many years' time. I get told off on Christmas morning for ripping a box because I needed to keep the toy in the box. And I didn't want to open it because I got told off. But then I continued to, and then from then on, G1 Scorponok is one of the best toys in my collection.
If you had your Christmas ruined when you opened G1 Scorponok, then call this number. We're here to help you.
I mean, if you look at me now, it explains a lot, doesn't it? The trauma experienced at a young age.
Lee, were you about to tell us a story?
No, I just have very fond memories of when I got G1 Scorponok.
Oh, yeah, same here. Well, good for you, Lee.
My Scorponok was fighting my 2 Snake Eye figures and Flint. G.I. Joe. I just had that's my Christmas memory of G1 Scorponok. I just had a fantastic time, and you had Timber the Wolf. You know, I had 2 Timbers because I had 2 Snake Eyes. It was just brilliant.
My G1 Scorponok story. I feel like I may have told it on the last show, but my G1 Scorponok story is that he's the reason I love Ruckus. Did I tell that story?
No, I don't think so.
So my best friend and I would go to Toys R Us, and he had a birthday, and I didn't. So he had birthday money. He bought Scorponok, and I had enough for Ruckus. So we went back to his place, and he opened Scorponok and spent hours putting the stickers on, and I had Ruckus. So just the guns, and over those 3 or 4 hours, I just had this bond with Ruckus, and from then on, he's been my favourite. So I never had G1 Scorponok, but I did have Ruckus.
Well, then you didn't experience heartbreak, Jack.
No, I didn't.
Like the rest of us, right? And that makes you the luckiest of them all. And I think that is a perfect note to end our Christmas special on. Jamie, do you want to recap the competition just before we say goodbye to these beautiful people?
Oh yes, just give me a second. I'll just get up. I've ruined this wonderful moment, which would have been ideal. Yes, I've got the images here.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Don't wham people. Don't you wham people.
Done it already. He's whammed everyone.
So basically,
yes,
the competition is send your toy photography or drawing, which is Christmas themed, to the email which you see there, and I'm going to zoom in just to make that a little bit clearer. So hopefully you can. No, you don't, because I've zoomed out too much. Yes, I've not really made much difference at all. But yes, it's tfshowprize@gmail.com. So it's transformersshowprize@gmail.com and send your best toy photography or best drawing of a Transformer Christmas themed event. And the first winner will get to choose either Megatron or Alita, and the runner-up will have the remainder, which was not chosen. And it's open internationally, so we'll be sending these out probably 2 weeks after January, especially when Jamie gets his Hasbro deliveries and I can recycle their boxes. So, yes. So good luck. You've got until about Hogmanay, that's New Year, until entries start to close. And then we'll be choosing the winner by selective choice at first, narrowing it down to the top 10, then the top 5, and then we'll be picking a random number out of those top 5 because it's always, I find, a bit impossible to choose. And it'll be my co-host who will actually be choosing those pictures, not me, because I'll be far too biased from that. So it'll be blind for them. And they've got the poor eyesight, so it's even better. Yes, so that's it. So, yes.
God knows what will win.
Thank you all. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Jeremy. As it's our last show before Christmas, I think there's all that's left to say is Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you have a great time. Eat lots. Hope you get some bots. Be merry and enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you on the other side.
Keep talking. I've still got messages to show.
Make sure you enter the competition.
Yeah.
How long do you need?
Fucking thing. This is going up for free on my Bluesky. If someone would like to double their chances of winning a prize, go there and see it.
Ignore that higher quality prize and focus on the Blokees.
Shameless plugging.
One of you might win it. Who's to say?
It's time for Transformers, the show!